This is Fireman Ed, and you're listening to Jets Commute, Monday through Friday from 8 to 10 a.m. Jet fans, let's rock MetLife Stadium this year. J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets. Go Jets!
Gentlemen, what's up? Pete is very sick. I'm under the weather big time.
Yeah, being out there in that cold weather.
Nah, June, I sat in a suite yesterday. They gave me a suite, somebody. So,
Oh, nice, dude. Can you hear me, Pete?
yes, I can. Can you hear me, Mark?
I'm sorry you're not feeling well, brother.
It's
Good
all
to
right.
see June.
I can hear you, Mark. I can hear you loud and clear, Mark.
Hey, happy Victory Monday.
Oh, gosh.
Uh,
Mark, don't make me laugh. I'll start coughing up a lung.
yeah, you might want some earmuffs. Listen, I'm in here one day a week. I gotta say some stuff, man.
Get it off your chest, brother. You know I've been waiting for this.
Yeah, I mean, man, where to start? Well, first of all, Pete, what did you think of the game? I don't want to make you talk too much because if you're not feeling good, but
I knew they were going to win, man. Miami's not good. They're not. And I just knew Rodgers was going to go out with a bang. I knew he was. Now,
So wait, is it fair to say if Tua plays, do you still think the Jets win that game?
probably not. But look at Tyreek Hill checked out, in my opinion. Ramsey was checked out. I mean, I thought at 6-0 the Jets weren't going to win. And then, I can't even enjoy you can't even enjoy victories like this, Mark. You can't. As much as I love the Jets, I didn't even enjoy it. It's a joke. Good riddance. So that's my short take. No offense.
Well, there's going to be plenty of time to talk about like the season as a whole. Like this is a season where I thought the record would be flipped, and that's not. There are a lot of people, like not Jet fans, national folks, who thought that the record would have been flipped rather for the Jets, that they would have finished 12-5 instead of 5-12. I think that if you just look at this football game, I don't know, man. You got to ask yourself, like, what was the real problem? A lot of things go into a team losing so many games, but what's the real root cause in a lot of this stuff? Because now they've got to make some real offseason decisions. But you got Breece Hall averaging almost 5.5 yards a carry. Like the Aaron Rodgers with a run game is a different quarterback. Like, and I was concerned going into it with Aaron Rodgers' health. I'm like, can they keep this guy upright with Max Mitchell and Carter Warren? Because these two guys are not good. They're not. Max Mitchell is your starting left tackle.
Mark Carter Warren, I thought played okay yesterday for once.
Surprisingly, yeah.
But he got blown up on one play, man. They need to upgrade their depth.
He's depth. I think that Carter Warren is depth. If he's the guy coming off the bench for a handful of, I could deal with that. Or Max Mitchell filling in at right tackle, like for a couple, I could deal with that as depth, but I really think a top draft priority is right tackle. I think it's really important that they get, because I think Tittman in the high snaps, I would love for that to stop, but Tittman's had he's actually played every game this year. AVT, right guard, a full year at right guard. You give him another year at right guard. I'm all right with it. And then I think Fashion is the real deal. And then John Simpson, who everyone said, a lot of folks were like, oh, he's just another guy. I remember all that conversation. He's trash. He's garbage. He's this, that. Like John Simpson had a nice year. So that's 4 pieces on your line. And now you just got to deal with the right side. And I bring it back to this again. You got Breece Hall, regardless of, I'm not naming names. Folks want to eject him off they want to shoot him into the sun. All right, you got Breece Hall. Yes, I see the hands waving. You got Breece Hall. You got Braylon Allen. And you got Isaiah Davis, which all 3 flashed for me. They had, Breece Hall had a nice game, including folks saying, oh, he can't run between the tackles. Well, he did, including picking up the 2-point conversion, including some other plays like I didn't like his drop, but look, man, I think Breece Hall averaged 5.3 yards a carry. And then Braylon Allen, and I know he only averaged 2.2, but he had a really nice second effort on a first down pickup on a third and 2, third and 3 or something like that, where they got him in the backfield and then he just powered his way to the first down. It was nice. And then Isaiah Davis getting skinny between at the line of scrimmage and then showing burst. Like the Jets have a nice running back room. If they keep it
Mark,
intact.
I don't know why McDaniel declined that ineligible man downfield. To me, that was the turning point.
You know what?
The Jets capitalized on that. I don't think McDaniel's a good coach.
I think he's a great coordinator. I think he's a head coach. I agree with you with that assessment. So and then the defense. Well, I want to let's stay on the offense because that's where most of the questions are. Oh, Terrence has a hand up. Yeah, Terrence.
No, Mark. First, like you said, you don't get a chance to talk as much, so I was just waiting for you to finish. For me, what I'm concerned about today is how many head coaches and how many GMs get fired, because that's going to determine to me what our choices are. Because to me, we know Vrabel is probably going to New England, and Johnson will, when he does get a chance to interview, can pick whichever team he wants to go to. And so either whether it's Jacksonville or Chicago, I think whichever team gets Johnson, the other one might get that guy Cohen, because they're looking, because both of those teams are probably looking for an offensive mind. My point being that I think it's going to be like depending on how many teams fire their head coaches, I don't think this is an attractive job because of the owner. And so that means we're going to be getting the fourth or fifth option, and that means we probably are going to be looking at some former head coaches who are trying to get back in, which is fine. But to me, ultimately, now that Vrabel's out of the picture, let's get the GM right, and maybe the GM comes with a head coach or somebody that's in his organization that he'll bring with him. But that's the thing to me. I just, now that it's over, like you said, got some defensive pieces. I don't know where we'll be next year. I mean, Joe Namath chiming in about Rodgers coming back. Like, I don't think that was helpful, because Woody Johnson, to me, just, like he just looks on X, and he, and that influences decision. It's a mistake. But, but we'll see where we are in a couple of months. But to me, that the most important thing is getting the GM and coach right. And hopefully some of these guys that you're mentioning right now, Mark, will, like with the right coaching and the right, and basically scheming them open when necessary, and improving on their deficiencies and making their strengths even better. Maybe, yeah, like you said, there's something to build on. It's not the team that Robert Saleh inherited at 2-14 when he took over. But at the same, I'm concerned about the GM and head coach combo, and I'm worried that we're not going to get a head coach that we're going to like, because a lot of the prime candidates are going to go elsewhere.
Thank you, Terry.
Can I
Let
ask
me
a serious question?
Okay, Pete.
Seriously, like, I understand if he doesn't come back or whatever, but why is it different to have Tyrod Taylor as the bridge quarterback instead of Rodgers? Like, why?
Ask Garrett Wilson.
Okay, yes, besides that, which is a big deal. But what if Wilson, decides, to give it another shot? Just say. And he signs a contract. I'm just saying.
Bring the
Can
man back.
I ask an
I don't
unpopular-
want everybody back. I don't want Lazard here. I think Mosley, I feel bad for him, but he's probably going to he had a herniated disc in his neck. That's no joke. So that might be career ending. We don't know. So, and I don't want Michael Clemens. Kinlaw's gone. Hassan Reddick's gone. I would extend Quincy Williams, extend Sherwood, and, start building from the young guys. But go ahead.
Well, I want to ask an unpopular question. I want to go back and for something that something Terrence said, which is it a foregone conclusion that Mike Vrabel is the next head coach for New England?
That's absolutely definite. 100%.
Can anybody see Ben Johnson going there, though?
They listen.
What about McDaniels?
No, that's
Who,
like
McDaniels?
it's Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, Josh McDaniels and Drake May.
Mike Vrabel.
No, Mark.
It's Mike
It's
Vrabel.
impossible that they
That's
don't
Vrabel's
go.
job.
Wasn't McDaniels I feel like there was a handshake deal between Kraft and McDaniels at one point that you're going to be you're the heir apparent, like you're the natural successor to Belichick. We're going to go with an offensive-minded head coach, and you keep trying to bring the Patriot way to other teams, and it fails. Would it work here? And we've got a young quarterback. And does anyone doubt that Josh McDaniels and Drake May wouldn't be a good combination?
Yeah, but Mark, my question to you is, what if Mike Vrabel already bringing Josh McDaniels?
So McDaniels would be his OC,
Yes.
and then you have Vrabel as the head coach.
Yes, remember that they're all connected.
What did they want Mayo to do this year? I'm confused.
A Buckeye. It was
Buckeye,
a
Bobby's
horrible
going to come
move.
in June.
That was a
too.
horrible
Bobby's
move.
gonna
What
come
they
in.
did. That was
Yeah,
horrible.
I mean, I don't know what was their expectations. 5 wins.
And matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, Kraft handpicked Mayo to do it, to be the head coach. So I don't understand. I mean, it is what it is.
I think the best news was Miami keeping McDaniel and Greer. One, it keeps a job not open, and two, I think those two clowns are as bad as what we did. Like,
Hey, Tyreek wanting out.
Great. That's a great take there, Buckeye. 'Cause
Bro,
it's
like
true.
not for nothing. And listen, the season's over, but there were several occasions yesterday where people just Dolphin fans just out of nowhere came up to the tailgate, not even just mine, close to mine, saying JETS suck, 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 and just started taunting. Screw that team, man. I'm glad we won. I don't care what y'all think. Who
And
cares?
I knew you were glad that we won. I knew it. I
What did
know
we
that.
do? Did we drop? What we do? Drop one slot?
No, we actually dropped. We could have been.
One.
No, we could have been fifth.
No,
Yeah, we would
I
have.
heard no. No, I
We
heard
would
it.
have been right
No.
behind the Patriots because our strength of schedule.
We weren't getting a quarterback anyway.
But
Exactly.
at the same time, you remember last year we had a pretty good pretty good spot, but we wanted to move up to get Rome and we couldn't do that. Oh, I'm sorry, we wanted to move up to get neighbors and couldn't do that. I mean,
But it worked out, June. We got the best
June,
guy we could have
everyone,
possibly have got for us last year.
exactly. Everyone was crying about this man, the same record. Like everyone was crying about winning games late in the season, and you got your franchise left tackle. Like a good GM is going to get the talent that's available and make it work. I'm sick and tired of
Mark, they got to get the coach and GM right. Mark,
yes,
they could
yes.
bring players here that are on 1 year deal. They have to get the coaching right. If they get the coaching right, I'm not saying we're gonna get a Harbaugh, but look, Denver got it right. San Diego got it right, and they're not. I'm not saying these guys are comparable to them, but
Look,
a competent coach.
Wasn't
but
Vrabel
see,
the second choice last year
but but
for
but
New
see,
England?
my point is
I'm
this:
not sure.
we make it sound so easy. All we gotta do is get the coach. We haven't gotten the coach right in since how long?
And I'll tell you what, Herm Edwards was Herm
Rex.
Edwards was good.
wait a
Rex was
second. I don't
Yes,
want to
Foles
skate.
won a
Hold on,
Super Bowl.
right.
guys. Hold on. I don't want to skate past this point. It's an important point. Didn't Robert Kraft already have a swing to have a chance to go make Vrabel his head coach over
Yes.
Yes, he
Mayo?
Yes.
did
That's
last
Last
year.
year.
exactly. Yep.
Right. So,
Well,
and
I don't think they're getting enough blowback for getting rid of
it's too
Mayo.
soon, Terrence.
I
It
mean,
will come.
yeah, but no, they're saying how shrewd he is because the ends justify the means. I mean, you handpicked this guy
Yes,
Yep.
supposedly
he had picked him.
to take over for
Yep.
Belichick. Oh well, it's just to me. Why isn't Deion Sanders tweeting about that instead of tweeting about us doing the right thing when we interview
Because it's
I forget the guy on ESPN. Like I mean,
Reddit.
with all due respect, but like that's a real public relations
of
disaster,
course
and everybody's saying, "Oh, great move." Now they get Vrabel. It's like, come on.
everything the Jets do, the Jets get killed.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's deserved too, though.
Yeah,
No, no
that's a
doubt about it.
fact.
But the media pounds us. You know, it's tough in this city with even with our reporters. They just pound the team every single chance they get, and I get it.
They deserve it, bro.
Rogers. Last year, everybody was in love with him and how good he was with the media and everything else. That he did everything, and then this year, because he missed the one practice, he just beat the shit out of him.
I mean, heck. Let's be honest, man. This guy is only concerned with him and his friends, man. He doesn't even look Gary away. That's
What?
sad. And
Oh
listen,
man.
and keep in mind, heck, remember, I'm the guy who's sitting there saying trade Garrett, but I mean, I can understand why he want to be traded when your quarterback is not even looking your way. That's sad, man. That's
Pete,
sad.
what's been going on when I have been in here? This kind of what are we? Come on, Rogers. He was
Mark,
there for the
Mark,
entire.
I'm
Hold
not
on.
Mark. I can't tell you, man. You got to
All
listen
right,
to the recording, man.
all right. You're right. You're right. Oh, but yeah. Nice shout out, Pete. If you haven't been here for Jets Commute, please go to YouTube. List all the past. recordings, conversations, and all that. We got everything streaming on YouTube, and we're streaming there live right now. I want to get to Joe Jet, but I can't let this Rogers stuff. I can't let it stand. I'm sorry. Look, I understand Rogers isn't everybody's cup of tea, and I understand the season did not end the way you thought. But listen, he was present for the entire, pretty much 95% of the offseason.
Played hurt. Played
Okay,
hurt.
this is his played hurt. This was his first game back from a grievous injury that has ended careers before with an Achilles. Okay, wasn't fully healthy, was recovering, had little flashes here and there, including the very last game of the season. But for the most part, the guy played at 41 with a 1 year removed from an Achilles injury. And he played all year long. All right. And I just don't know, man. I'm not saying he had, the season did not end the way you wanted to. And there are a lot of folks who will hold him accountable for the fact that the Jets, everything boils up to the quarterback, right? So you could hold him and be like, oh, hang this 5-12 on him. Do you really think it was just him? Because I don't.
No. Of course, it wasn't just him, but let's not act like he wasn't part of the problem. I
Yeah.
mean, for him coming in, he's supposed to be a leader, and you know what leaders take on they take responsibility. They don't point fingers and sit there and I mean, the guy's not a leader.
That's
But
spot
June,
on, June.
uh,
He's not a leader.
Let Joe Jet go, and then I want to comment. Go ahead, Joe. Good morning, man.
Morning,
What's up,
boys.
Joe?
We made it. It's over.
Yes, we did.
It's
Joe,
over.
good riddance. Good riddance.
It's all June. It's
Yes,
it's
indeed.
it's over. We
Bro, I'm
survived.
so happy right now. You don't understand.
We survived. Holy Christ. Um, I mean, Mother of God. The last 2 years, Jesus Christ. Like, what did we ever do to deserve this? I don't understand. Um, But listen, June. I'm on the June train, right? The only guy I really would like to see back is Garrett Wilson. Um, but after yesterday and his performance, there's going to want to be people that are going to want to run it back and all that, and that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but what I found funny yesterday? You guys remember like the up the seam throw to Lazard, like in the fourth quarter? Do you realize
Yeah,
he almost fucking dropped that ball? Like
yeah, he
Yeah.
did.
I was like, oh my god, he he almost dropped that ball. I could
So he also missed him on the sideline too, going up the middle.
I
I mean,
could
going up the sideline.
I couldn't believe it.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. No, and I'm just so happy that I don't get to see Javon Kinlaw on my team anymore. Michael Clemens, who actually made a play, which was amazing. Um, but it's amazing though. Like right, like if you just told somebody, hey, listen, my starting quarterback threw for almost 3,900 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 11 picks. Oh yeah, what was your record? Oh, 5-12. like, like what? Like it just doesn't make any sense. It's just Brees Hall kind of went off yesterday, right? And he's like, when you fire your coach and your GM, it's tough to win. I get it, but you know what? How many drops did you have this season? He actually hit a hole yesterday, which was amazing, right? It's just nobody took accountability this year at all. Like nobody. And
Nobody.
right. And how many times does Javon Kinlaw have to make a stupid play for him to kind of be, benched, or Michael Clemens to be benched, or like Lazard with his drops to be benched? Like what? What? Like in what world do I go to work, do a shitty job, and still have a job? Like I just, you know, whoever comes in here as head coach, it better be some type of disciplinarian or a situational football kind of guy or something, because this organization need to change from top to bottom. And that's the only way we're going to win, unfortunately. And that, Woody's not selling the team anytime soon. So um, I don't know. I really truly do believe that Vrabel took that interview to put pressure on Kraft. I really believe that.
Leverage. Yes, absolutely.
And I said it because
Absolutely.
to me, that interview was what, 4 hours. Like when they said they were done, I'm like, man, that's pretty fucking quick. Like he took that interview to put pressure on Kraft.
Yeah,
That's the only.
leverage.
He has no intention of coming here
None.
and coaching. Sorry, he used
No.
this just like every other player uses us for leverage, or every
Yes.
other coach uses us for leverage, or it's just
Yes.
that's unfortunately what we are right now as an organization, and that's a shame. And you know what? It's just until we get a new owner, we're never gonna win, and that's unfortunate.
I went to the game yesterday, like Petey, and let me tell you guys, it is special to see Devontae Adams. Garrett
He's good.
is
He
he's
he
not as good as Devontae yet. You can go to Devontae, he can make every single catch. He is it was a pleasure to watch him play. Really
Well,
was.
you
It
know,
sucks that we're gonna
you
lose
know
him.
what would make him get to Devontae's level is when you throw him the fucking ball.
It's true.
Whoa, wait, whoa, wait a second.
It's
Let's not
true.
talk like Garrett Wilson hasn't had his targets. Okay. With
Ooh.
Devontae, first of all, let's talk Devontae Adams for a second. Devontae Adams is a pro, dude. The sideline catch, um, the end zone, the Rodgers scramble, and then Rodgers like the fadeaway throw, which everyone was like, "Oh, Rodgers, he's cooked, he's done." He was throwing across his body and off his feet and fading backwards at the line of scrimmage and hits Devontae Adams, and then Devontae Adams is athletic enough to reach across his body and come down the touch. Like I was, I don't know. I mean, you guys want to eject, like shoot these guys off the team. I just don't know what you're. It's easy to say burn it down. I want to hear what the replacement plan looks like before I'm on board with burn it down, because I think it's easy to say burn it down, frankly. And Garrett Wilson, let's talk about him for a second. Garrett did a couple things. I know he didn't flash that much on the stat sheet, but if you watch the game, he did a couple things I really liked. First of all, the shake and bake on Ramsey, dude. I mean, see you later. Like Ramsey came away with the hand warmer, and that was about it. Like that was a really nice play from him. The
yeah,
other thing I
Mark.
noticed Garrett did,
He
yeah,
stole it from Garrett.
yeah, and the other thing I like with Garrett, finally after contact, you see Garrett's like trying to get a little bit. He's trying to get positive yardage and do his magic, but then he's protecting the football and realizing, listen, this is all I got on this one. Let's live to fight another down. Like that's growth to me. It doesn't show up on a stat sheet, but when I saw him like shake and bake, and then he's got two hands on the ball, realizing, okay, let me like. I don't understand folks that want Garrett out off this team. I do not get it, not at all.
I want him to stay right where he is.
June, you are conspicuously silent, and Buckeye has a hand up.
Hey, yo, no, because I'm just sitting here. I'm taking it all in. But Buckeye, go
You
ahead.
know, it's
I'm taking it
Yeah,
all in. You know I'm coming.
come back to me.
June, you say the wrong thing, and I'm calling all those Buffalo guys to come hunt you down, boy.
oh, don't
Please.
do that to June.
Yo, listen. All right, look. Listen, what I'm
Look,
saying is this, man. All right. Rogers had a decent game. But let's be honest. Half the locker room, as we said during the season, were taking shots at him in post game press conference. True or false, there, Petey?
I
Well,
didn't hear it.
I said,
I no
I
no, I didn't hear. You said they were taking shots at Rogers.
yes, in post.
Who?
I mean, we said it. We said it on a commute. I think that was
Oh
slight.
yeah, we thought
Right.
that's. I thought it was that Salah when he said the same shit with Quincy. But I don't know,
Listen,
June. June, can
no,
I just say one thing? Because I noticed something even in the warm ups. Like Rogers does a thing with Sauce and pause and sorry, I'm gonna laugh. And Quincy Williams, he does like these celebration shits. Come on, man. If you didn't like a player, why would you do it?
man, fuck them celebration shits. That's why we got the fucking
Doug
5
Doug
wins right
Peterson just
now. What are
signed.
we talking about here?
Doug Peterson's fired,
What
right?
are we fucking talking about?
Wait a minute,
Celebrations?
June. June, you're blaming 5 wins on celebrations instead of firing the
No,
head
no,
coach
no,
after
no,
week
no,
5?
no,
What's
no.
more impactful?
Listen. If you remember, and you remember, he had to be fired. The timing was wrong. We get that. I said during the off season, fire him now. But granted, we went into the season with him. All right, no problem. He's gone. That's fine. That's cool. But at the same time, if Rodgers was a real leader, instead of being concerned about his friends or his fucking record, come on, man. I'm, let's not act like the guy it cares about the team. He cared about his record, bro. He cared about his record.
Man, June,
Yo,
dude,
look, listen. There's a reason why Garrett says, well, allegedly, if he comes back, I'm putting in my trade request. There's a reason for that. You seen what happened. You seen how the team been ever since Devontae got on the team. He's not really targeting Garrett.
he's trying to get. He look at how many targets does Garrett Wilson have?
No. You're looking at that before Devontae got there. Let's talk about after Devontae got there. He's the least
Oh
targeted
man,
player on the team, just about.
uh, I don't know, man. I think Rodgers is trying to get. I think there's a lot that goes into that. I mean, you got hands up, so I don't want to dominate. You got Buckeye's been waiting. You got Jerick.
Go
Go
ahead,
Buckeye.
Buckeye, and then Jerry.
No, that's it, not Jericho.
What up, Jay? What's good morning, brother?
No, Junior, you got your backup, man. Your backup is here, right?
I appreciate you.
Your backup is here. Now,
And
Oh, the
and the
demo
counter
crew.
and the counter is right here, brother, right here.
oh yeah,
Oh
exactly.
shit.
It's a tag
Well,
team
Yeah.
match for
that's
the
cool. We
WWE
got Joe
Championship.
Jet, we got Rusty, we got Terrence, and we got Jerry. Let's go. We ready?
No,
Go
but
ahead, Jarek.
yeah, no, but obviously, you guys are going to be in a tough position. But I continue to say this, and I think Mark he said it a little bit earlier. You got to have a plan, right? You got to have a plan in place that the players can believe in. Does not matter what Garrett Wilson's situation is, Brees' situation, some of these young guys. If they don't believe in the plan moving forward, they're not. I'm telling you, that's when shit goes sideways. That's when the locker room starts to be a mess. That's when coaching and player relationships starts to be a mess. This is where again players want out. Look at Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill talked about how he wanted to stay in Miami. He wanted to do this, wanted to do that. But guess what? He wanted to be out because of how Mike McDaniel was using him they're using him primarily as a decoy. And he's had a bad relationship right now with Chris Greer. He wants a plan, wants an installment plan for Chris Greer. He's gone. Myles Garrett, the same thing. Myles Garrett loves the Browns organization. He's a Browns legend. But at the end of the day, if they don't want to install a plan, he's gone. He's publicly said that. So I think that's the one thing in question, about about who the GM is, who the head coach is. There's got to be a plan in place because let's be honest, next year might be another year where you guys are gonna where you guys might win 6 or 7 games again. There's gonna be frustrations. These players are competitors. They don't want to they don't want to have a plan in place to a point where they win those amount of games. Obviously you want to win 10, 11, 12 games. You want to try to have a chance to make it to a Super Bowl championship. So that's kind of the thing, man, is that if this plan, if there's no plan and you're running it back with Rodgers and Garrett Wilson is not really getting targeted as much, and then you're losing. Listen, he'll be fine with less targets if you guys are winning. He doesn't really care. What he does care about, receivers have an ego that they believe they can do whatever it takes to help their team to win. And if he's not getting the targets and you guys are losing, he's going to be questioning, like, dude, why am I not getting the football? Where's my targets? Where's my target shares? The same thing with Brees Hall not really getting involved into the offense. Right? There has to be a plan in place in order for these players to kind of believe and buy into the process. If they can't, then this thing's going to fall apart.
Peterson just got fired.
Who?
Doug Peterson.
Peterson, the Jaguars.
Okay.
Curtis, I want to get to you. First of all, I will say this, bro. Good morning. I know
Good
I
morning.
gave you a hard time about Reddick, so I'm I was never personal, but I will, I kind of like rode you, pause, uh, and you made a good call there. So shout out to you. He was awful, awful. Good
Yeah,
riddance to him too. Get out of here,
And
Reddick.
and
yeah.
PD, a lot of that has to do with the fact that the dude he didn't show up in training camp. Like
Correct.
this is what happens when you don't, when you're trying to get
Well,
him
it's
the
more than
proper
that.
motion.
It's more than that. Y'all didn't watch the tape. I told y'all, watch his thing. He's always been a cleanup guy. He's not a game wrecker. But I'm not talking about that loser. He got his 9 million. He's out of here. What I want to talk about now is we have to realize that on the totem pole of teams and coaching desirability, we are like number 5 or 6 on that level. Uh,
Yes, indeed.
Jackson, Jacksonville, the owner, my favorite boy. I'm sorry. The only reason why I got love for Jacksonville is because I like wrestling. If you know, you know. Shad Khan pretty much
Shout out to the
says if
cons.
your head like the cons, they said, hey, the head coach is gonna answer, is gonna talk to me. So Balky ain't got nothing to do with it. I know he feels some sort of way, but that's gonna attract a big time coach. Uh really, Vrabel was a shot in the wind as soon as the rumblings started saying New England, New England, we knew the deal. Kraft ain't stupid. He's smart like that. And he really kept OJ Mayo to circumvent some shit. And if it worked out, fine, but it didn't work out. So now I think because of the rules, they ain't got to do all that interviewing minority stuff. They're on to the next. I see Jacksonville, no matter how much we think Lawrence is mediocre, he's still young. He still could be fixable. So now, any offensive coach you want, there's 2 teams above us that look way better than us, Chicago and Jacksonville. Just be resigned to get one of the guys you don't want. And that's the way it's going to be. I just hope we hit on this GM. That's my biggest thing. We need to we got to hit on the GM.
Now wait, what did I say before the season start? I said the next coach the Jets get will be a tier 2 or tier 3. Did I not say that?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Let's June. There's a
Hold on,
wait.
Junior. We're taking victory
Yeah,
laps.
June.
Did you have the Buffalo missing the playoffs and the windows closed?
Listen,
Wasn't
man.
that you too,
Look,
June?
look. Hey, listen, Mark. My hate for Buffalo sometimes cloud my judgment. I'm man enough to sit here and take responsibility, unlike Aaron Rodgers.
Wow. Wow.
Oh
A
man,
deflection on accountability.
I know the shade on Rodgers is
All
after a
right,
4
got
touchdown performance.
let.
The shade on
All
Rodgers
right,
is
let.
insane.
All right, I'm gonna be nice to this man that's coming up. It's a Dolphin fan. I should taunt you because what is the excuse? I know we're fans are gonna say two it in play.
Throw
He's
into the toilet bowl.
undefeated. Yeah. So let me hear
Yeah.
from Mister Dolphin. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Petey. Thank you for having me on, June, Mark, and
Morning, brother.
Is this
no, no,
Pete?
no, no,
Is this Pete? Pete's takes? It sounds like you. Is this
you,
Pete's burner?
no. This
Oh,
is
all right.
Andy, by the way.
What's up,
No,
Andy?
no, no. You have the right to taunt me. You know what it is. You know what it is that this freaking franchise called the Miami Dolphins is still looking for a star quarterback, a franchise quarterback. You paid Mr. Glassman $200 million, aka Tua Tagovailoa, to lead this team to the promised land, somewhere that the Dolphins haven't made it since 1984. And yet again, when you rely on him, he's not there. Yet again, he does the same thing over and over and over again. You know he can lead with the head towards a tackler, but he still does that. You think that guy really cares about this franchise where you constantly are making the stupid mistakes of not being available to help your team? It's the same soap opera over and over again. The Miami Dolphins, and by the way, I was a 10-year season ticket holder. Paid 5 grand this past season. In one season, I dropped 7,500 on season tickets, club level. And this team is still doing the same garbage over and over and over again. I said enough with it. I didn't renew. You know what the sales representative told me? Oh
What's
no, but
that?
we didn't. We didn't have we didn't have our franchise quarterback. Is it my fault? No, Chris Greer.
Did you
It
wait? Did you call Tua a glass man before,
No,
Andy?
I didn't. I didn't. I
What'd you
did it
call
because
him?
you know what? PD, I actually thought that Tua will be able to lead this team because with the foundation of quarterbacks that have gone through the Miami Dolphins organization after Dan Marino, where you have Jay Fiedler, and it goes on and on again. It's just you had hope, but you know what, man? This franchise, literally after this past season, has flushed my hope. It's a disaster. You have our owner, Mr. Ross, saying that they're retaining Mike McDaniel and Chris Greer. There's no hope for this team. At least the Jets, you have a freaking owner that is making the moves to help the team with a head coach.
I don't know about that, Andy.
But
But
at least they're trying.
yeah,
We go with Greer that has been in the regime for many, many, many years, and yet again, we're we're deciding. Oh, let's retain him. Oh, let's give Mike McDaniel an extension. And don't let me get to Tyreek Hill, man. You know what,
wait. Did
Tyreek?
did, did wait? Did they assure that McDaniel and Greer are coming
Yes,
back?
Yeah,
yes,
they're coming
yes,
back.
Yes,
They're,
they
yes,
they're coming back.
yes.
So
They
did the
did it.
Giants. The Giants are
Yes.
retaining their coach
Wow.
and
Wow.
GM.
And
Wow.
there's a reason why they're retaining Chris Greer and McDaniel. I think it's beyond football results. I think
Yes. Yes. I
you
think
know where
so
I'm going
too.
with that, June.
Yeah, I
It's a
know
formula.
exactly where you're going because it seems like Greer can't get fired, and he's the
It's
worst. If you ask me, Greer is the worst. He's the
Yeah,
worst.
Andy. I gotta get to other
go
hands.
go
Stay up
go ahead,
here.
sir. But
Yeah,
thank you guys, man. A lot
yeah.
of great stuff for you and your family, and we'll talk
Thanks,
soon, man.
brother.
Thank you.
Thanks, brother. We
Appreciate that, man.
appreciate that.
Thanks. You're welcome in here anytime, man.
I
Yeah, thanks for
appreciate
coming
it,
in, Andy.
guys.
All right. I don't know who's next. Can
Well,
somebody help?
I'll tell you who's next. Let me introduce. This woman needs no introduction. She's currently part of the members of the 34th team. Introducing Rusty. How you doing there, Rusty? Good morning.
Good morning, June, Mark, Petey.
Good morning. That was a great intro, June.
Man, she's one of the best.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. But one of the things I want to point out, and this is probably a good thing, is that although they're getting rid of Doug Peterson, they're not getting rid of Balky, which means that Ben Johnson won't go there because one of his requirements are that you have a GM that he feels comfortable with and can have input to. And that's not Balky. So I'm not saying that Ben Johnson will come here because of the fact that we don't have a GM and we're currently hiring one, and he could have input if he wanted to come here. But that does mean to me that Jacksonville probably isn't going to be his target. I think that's a good thing for the Jets. Um, Now, as for what we're going to be doing, I have to agree with June. It's going to be hard to get someone who it's just not as desirable as many others. We don't have a quarterback. We don't have, we're losing like at least 5 or 6 starters on defense. And we have a very dissatisfied offense. A lot of the people that are there are not happy. Maybe a lot of people don't care if they're happy, just so long as they play. But the record shows that we're not very good. Whether it's coaching, whether it's quarterback, whether it's just that the players don't care, I don't know. But something has to change. And I don't know who you bring in to make those changes, but they better pick the right people or else we're going to be going through this over and over again. That's all I got to say. Thanks for bringing me up and letting me have my
Yeah,
say.
thanks, Rusty.
Always great to hear from you, Rusty.
Zach Rosenblatt just put out the Jets are basically going to have their pick of the litter with the GM since no GM's gotten fired. Whatever that's worth.
Hopefully,
Good point, Rusty. What was that? Sorry.
That's
Guy,
probably going to be one of our a lifesaver for the team. The fact that nobody else is getting rid of their GMs.
yeah. Guys, don't mind me.
Can I make a
I'm
comment on
not
this?
feeling good. Sorry. Go ahead, Mark.
I want to make a comment on this. I want to get to Tom, but just a quick comment on this. I mean, I'm very mad at the Jets for a lot of reasons, but I'm also mad at the Jets for how they're handling the Vrabel situation because I feel like they did not do their due diligence the right way. If I'm the Jets and I want to land Vrabel as the next head coach, one of the things I do is I look at all of Vrabel's history and I figure out what GMs, like personnel people, he's got the best relationships with. And before I even sit down with the guy, I tell him, listen, we've spoken with, and I would rattle off some of the favorite people he has as a GM. Be like, listen, we've got tentative agreements for these guys as yeses for GM. And to do that before you even sit down with the guy to make the job even more appealing, to show you actually did the staff work. Instead, they interviewed Vrabel to be like, they already knew Vrabel was the top candidate. They knew they wanted him. Why not put the work in up front? And I'm just a random guy on Twitter. They should be thinking about this 10 times more and better than I am. I don't understand this team.
But Mark,
the owner is a moron.
Mark, sorry to interrupt you, but Woody Johnson couldn't do that. That would be tampering because most of the people he would want are already employed.
Yes.
Yeah, that was very
That
ill-informed speech that you just made, man.
and to add to that, remember they still had to do the Rooney Rule anyway, so you still have to interview at least two minority coaches. So that wasn't going to work.
Well, you could listen. You guys are framing it as there's just no way to do what I just described. How about thinking about a way he could do that? You know what? We would be all right with this guy and this guy. Say that to Vrabel. You've made this. You can send a signal that you've actually done your homework on Vrabel and trying to lure him in. Don't just frame it as you can't do it. I just don't. Why wouldn't you do that?
Hey,
No,
Mark,
because you were saying that you
as I said before,
had agreements with these people. That is tampering.
You guys aren't hearing me. I'm not saying you have to. There's a way to signal to Vrabel that you're willing to hire.
Is Mark's connection bad?
What, you can't hear me?
Mark, it's bad. Is it me or is it Mark's connection?
It's Mark's
it's
connection.
Mark's. It's Mark.
All right.
Okay, I'll drop and come back.
All right.
But like I said before, I don't think Mike Rabel really wanted the job. As you remember, once again, I said you got to get him now while he has the least amount of options. If you wait till the man has more options, he's gone, and he's gone.
It ain't the end of the world. It ain't the end of the world, and I want it Vrabel.
I did too. I don't know why they didn't have the Rooney qualifications met before he came free.
There
You
you
know what I
go.
mean?
There you go. There you go. Well, part of the reason is the as far as the coaching head candidates, they were on teams anyway, so you can't really do that. You know what I'm saying? Such as Flores or
No, I mean, shit,
Glenn.
I would have dusted off Lovey Smith for an interview, or you know what I mean? Like, just get a couple guys in and out of there.
He said, "Dust them off."
Hey, buddy,
All
I
right.
need
I
a
want
favor. Just come in
I
and
want to
out.
hear. I want to hear from Neek and Tom, but I do have Bobby up here, who's a Patriot fan, and Bobby has been calling for Mayo's firing
Yes,
since
he has
I
been.
believe
Yes, he has
like
been.
week 11 or something. But
Yes, he has been.
Bob, real quick, and then we'll get back to you. Just give me your thoughts on that. Good morning. How you doing? Good riddance to the season. Miserable for both of us, but let me just hear from you real quick, man. What's up?
What's going on, Petey? Good morning. Hope you're feeling better, bro. What's up, everybody? Yeah, season's over. It was horrible for all of us. And honestly, I will say yesterday, you all understand why I'm not only upset about the season, but losing out on the first overall pick had me just completely fuming yesterday. And the firing of Gerard Mayo, I felt was inevitable, especially early on in the day when Schefter said that he was leaning towards him being out. I think it was the right move. He's just not the guy. No, nothing against him as a person. Seems like a very good guy. It just seems like the job was just too big for him, and it's his coaching style and his tutelage just didn't resonate with this team and help them get any better. So, um, right now, my eyes are set on Mike Vrabel. I think the Patriots made the biggest mistake last year not hiring him. Um, Mike Vrabel, I think desperately really wants the Patriots job, and how could he not? You have a young franchise quarterback in the making in Drake May. I think we could all agree on that. Patriots, not to mention, have the most cap space in the NFL by a wide margin, over 130 million, and they have the fourth overall pick that they could do multiple things with. So it's very attractive. I know the Patriots will interview Ben Johnson. They're going to apply. They will follow the Rooney Rule. I do expect them to at least talk to Aaron Glenn from the Lions. I think not to get off topic, but last night what he did with that Lions defense against that offense with a depleted secondary and so many injuries on that side of the ball, that was phenomenal. A great job by him. But to me, I think Mike Vrabel to New England is a foregone conclusion. I would expect that to be done by at least the end of this month. That's my prediction.
I agree totally.
That blows.
All right,
Hi, Bobby. Good
What's up,
there
morning.
you
buddy?
It's
have
good
it.
to talk to
Say
you.
it blows.
Well, it really does because Vrabel's my top choice. Like, you need to insulate yourself from a boneheaded owner. Vrabel's a made man, in my opinion, and
Yes.
it's, you know what I mean. So it's a bummer that if they do that move, I mean, that means with Vrabel off the table, I mean, are the Jets looking at Aaron Glenn, and then you pair him with a hot shot OC?
I
Like, is that the follow up for the
Yeah, you know
Jets? Go
what?
ahead,
I
Bobby.
I think that's a really good um pivot. The thing is I wonder if the Jets want to go for a rookie quarterback. Um, but Aaron Glenn has played for you guys. If I'm not assuming, he was a pretty good player for you guys back in the day.
Yes.
But I also keep an eye on the Saints job. I think that's something that's been talked about. Like they like him a lot, so that might be a
Yes.
spot for him. Uh, but for the Jets, I'm just starting to think like their top choice, in my opinion, I think was obviously they like Ben Johnson, but obviously you guys, your quarterback situation is a big question mark. Um, and obviously Vrabel, but it's very, very obvious that Vrabel wants New England. I think everybody, that's an obvious situation that we've seen in the past couple weeks. He interviewed with you guys. The interview went very well. But once this job came open yesterday, I think he's sitting down and saying, "Oh wow, look what happened now. What I wanted is coming into fruition." Hey, you never know. Maybe something could happen, and he likes the Jets job better than New England, and we'll take that. But I just think that Robert Kraft made this move with the idea, knowing that he could land Mike Vrabel and right the wrong.
Hey, Bobby, look, Vrabel is a patriot. We already know that. I mean, they're just going through the formalities right now. Think about it.
Yeah,
The Jets interviewed him on Friday or Saturday,
yeah,
and
Friday.
Sunday Mayo gets fired. Like, come on, everybody already knows.
Yeah, no, to be quite honest with you, a lot of people might ask me, "Hey, why wouldn't you want Ben Johnson?" Of course, I would love Ben Johnson, but here's the thing: we just had a rookie head coach, and you just fired one. Why are you gonna fire one to hire another one? You know what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
I think that
Right.
doesn't make sense, and I get it. You want somebody who's gonna help grow and develop Drake May. I think Drake May's talent speaks for itself. I think you need a guy who has structure, who's had success in this league. Yes, early on he took Ryan freaking Tannehill to a
Mm-hmm.
championship game. I
Yes, he
mean,
did.
and listen, he had a great defense. He also had Derrick Henry, but he's also a very, very good coach. Yes, were there blunders in his tenure with the Titans? Yes, But I also think that he is the perfect guy to help this Patriot team go from garbage, what we've seen since 2020, to bring it to try to build it back up to what it once was. Do I think it's going to be what Belichick had it at for 20 years? Absolutely not. And I don't expect it to be. I expect to be competitive. The team is set up with a quarterback, cap space, and draft capital to do so. And what they need is coaching, better coaching. This coaching staff just wasn't it. Mayo was not the guy. A mistake was made. I'm sorry. Robert Kraft is going to talk to the media at 1 o'clock today. So we're going to get more answers. So the fact of the matter is, I agree. Mike Vrabel to New England, I think, is just a foregone conclusion. Going through formalities, sitting down, literally, all it is just a waiting game for the Patriots. They know who their next head coach will be. They'll interview, but they know it's Mike Vrabel. Honestly, now I'm just thinking about uh, who his coaching staff is going to be. He said he does have a coaching staff lined up. I think he's got an idea who could help Drake May, and I'm excited, man. I really am. Yesterday, losing out on the first overall pick is just completely unacceptable. With this roster,
Yeah,
unacceptable.
Hey, Bob, let me ask you this question: how excited would you be if Vrabel brought in Josh McDaniel as the OC?
I'm very happy. Josh McDaniels, as a play caller, you guys might call me crazy with New England, what he's done. Look at what he
Yes,
did. Look at what he did with Mac Jones's bum
yes,
ass.
yes,
Look at what
yes,
he
yes.
like. I'm
Tim,
telling you,
Tim Tebow. Look what he did,
yes.
Tim Tebow.
And the
Yes,
thing, here's the
yes.
thing. He's just not a good head coach, but he's a phenomenal play caller.
Yes, he is. And look, I'm ready to go out on a limb today and say if Vrabel brings in McDaniel, you guys are contending for a playoff spot next
Yeah,
year.
I think, you know what? Here's the thing. My expectation with Vrabel as head coach, if he gets, I can't say he's the head coach yet, but if a big if with parentheses gets a job, um, I think that at least the Patriots will definitely win more than 4 games. I'll say that.
Bobby, let me ask you a quick question because I was very impressed with what I saw from Joe Milton, and a lot of it was
Uh
because of
huh.
the physical intangibles. I mean,
Right.
you
Yep.
can't coach 6'5", 250 pounds,
And have a
and
strong arm like that.
yeah, that arm talent. I watched that dude in the Manning Academy literally launch it 80 yards with no issues at all. Did it flat footed. If he continues to kind of develop, and obviously again, we had no game plan for Milton, and we was going against backups. Like we understand
Yeah.
it, but if he could, but
Yeah.
overall wise, his short to intermediate accuracy, especially what he was able to do all throwing the football platform and hitting dudes. I mean, the ball placement was absolutely incredible. If he continues to kind of develop in this rate, do you think that his trade value overall is gonna go up to a position where maybe a team is willing to gamble, like say, listen, we'll give you a day 2 pick for him. We like the way that this guy's progressing, and knowing how these NFL quarterbacks that has size mobility have that a coach
Hmm.
that there's going to be a team out there that's going to be overconfident enough to say, listen, we
Right.
can work with this guy.
Yeah. Um, Look, I was impressed with what he did yesterday. Yeah, but I'm gonna here. We all knew how strong his arm was. We all know his size. Not the fastest. He's quick. He can't move. Um, but I will tell you this: that arm strength is something you just can't teach. It's a gift in itself. I love what I saw. Here's the thing: he's going up against second and third stringers, but I love what I saw. Um, and I have to give Alex Van Pelt his flowers. He's a horrible play caller, but he did a phenomenal job with Drake May and even Joe Milton. Yesterday, Joe Milton, I was not expecting that at all. In preseason, he struggled a bit. His footwork is still a bit a work in progress, but that's okay. That you could really, really fix that. That could take time, especially he's a backup. So it's good. He has plenty of time to develop that. But I will tell you this: teams are going to look at that and be like, "Oh wow, look at uh, Milton. This guy could be something else." I'm happy that he's the Patriots' backup of the future. I'll tell you that. But wouldn't surprise me down the road if some team needs a quarterback and calls New England. But I was very impressed with what I saw. But I also have to say he's going up against second and third stringers. But I was very, very impressed with what I saw from him.
All right. Neek and Tom Ford had their hands up. I don't know who's first.
Tom,
Giambi, sorry.
So does
Tom,
Giambi.
Yeah, sorry. I saw that. Giambi, I'm not feeling good. Don't mind me.
it's Tom Denique. I can't wait to talk to Giambi with that
So, hey
Lions.
guys, I got some news for you.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
The Jets just announced that they are requesting permission to talk to Aaron Glenn.
We knew that was coming.
Yeah, of course.
I
Hey,
don't
Go
see
ahead.
why people think he's such a bad candidate, but go to the
He's
camp.
not.
I can't wait to talk to you, Giambi. Tom, what's going on? Tom Neat, then Jason.
And everybody, how y'all doing today?
What's
What's
going
up,
on,
How
Tom?
Tom?
much?
Tom, I'm under the weather. I don't have
It's
your
okay, Petey.
intro. Sorry.
Don't worry about it. Just glad you're still hosting despite that. Just forgive the baby noise back. I'm holding the 7-month-old right now, so and he was going blah 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 at some people's ridiculous points while listening. So he's already passionate on that. So yeah, end of the season with what we saw as a
Clock in,
couple
yeah.
months ago, as with this record. Now it's time to find the coach. Now I'm still shocked we're the only one that needs to find a GM as well. That might be the thing that hopefully June avoids the tier two candidate because hopefully I can get the GM done fast and we can possibly grab a tier one. Because I mean, I'm stunned the Giants are running back with their duo. I'm stunned Jacksonville didn't get rid of the GM. I'm stunned Miami hasn't gotten rid of their GM considering everything. And their bonehead moves
Hmm.
because I'm seeing Dolphins Twitter is furious about this right now. And they're furious about yesterday.
And Tyreek Hill.
Oh yeah, seeing that part as well. And like was hearing earlier, like stars, like Mr. Brown wants to leave with Miles Garrett right now. Like this is going to be a interesting offseason to say the least. I mean,
Get your
rich draft position 7, considering 5 and 12. Hey, we're still in the top 10. We can either trade down or even move up if we need to. You know, the key is let's get the GM right first. I mean, like we all knew was coming, as saying Aaron Glenn was going to get permission. I mean, hopefully Ben Johnson week as well, since the Lions are off this week, since they got that bye and clinched, dominated by Gibbs. I'm kind of hoping we could turn one of our running backs into the next Gibbs, frankly, behind Brees Hall, because that boy carried me to at least third place in on my fantasy league since I just fell short of championship. But look, we know we're in for a long off season. We know we're going to be speculating about GM interviews and head coach interviews. I mean, let's just make sure we hopefully can get it right in spite of Woody. Because at this point, when even the bozos of WFAN are saying he is the most incompetent owner, and I mean the bozos of WFAN saying that, that's how bad it is. And I mean, we knew this for a while. It was just now it's official to those that don't still hang out here on the spaces like we do, and we all conversate with one another. But look, at the end of the day, we just got to wait and see and just pray to the football gods that June, the tier two is not one of your self fulfilling prophecies. You got quite a bit right this season, quite a bit wrong. Let's hope this goes on the wrong to start 2025 for your brother.
Hey, Tom.
Tom,
I
way
hope
to
I
part a
hope you're
shot
right.
there.
I hope
Good
you're
job,
right. I hope
Tom.
you're right. I don't see it, but I hope you're right.
Thank you, June, on that part.
And guys, let me just say one thing. It's 9 o'clock almost. You know, a lot of you has been in here a long time, and I appreciate you guys. We appreciate it. It's every day,
Yes, we
and
do.
this is, we're gonna keep doing this. So, but it's well appreciated because your contributions help us. So, just wanted to, Tom. I know you got segues with music. We try to keep it fun, and we don't shout people down and personally attack people. So, and I'm speaking for me and June and Mark. So,
Oh no, that's why I
and that's
appreciate
not
this space compared to others. That's why you're my go-to as far as Jets, because seeing on other parts of Jets
so
Twitter, they're
Pete, can I
tearing each
say
other
something real
down.
quick?
On that note, Pete, you're an
All
idiot.
right.
I'm just kidding.
yeah, that was
Can I
funny.
say something real quick
Yes,
on that? Because I wasn't in the room, December 31st. Just, this has been, while it was a terrible year for the Jets, it was a hell of a year for Jets Commute. I mean, between the names, starting the YouTube, Pete opening daily, we added June as the third co-host, and he's been like holding it down. It's been a great, like, it's nice having a spot to come in and have football talk, and we're covering that. It's the whole NFL, and like press can come in here and talk, former players can come in here and talk, and we're not savaging each other. Like it's a good. This has been a bright spot in a really dark year for the team as a fan. You know what I'm saying? So, Pete, great job. June, great job. And thank you, speakers and listeners. That's all.
Appreciate everybody.
Neek, let
Wait,
me
wait,
hear
wait,
your.
wait, 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 wait. I got to give her
Oh,
introduction. Introducing the next person right here. She used to be a former member of the 34th team, but we had to cut her loose when she started sitting there talking about Aaron Rodgers coming back. Neat, how you doing? Good
Good
morning.
morning. Good morning. How are y'all?
doing good. Come
I'm
on,
doing wonderful. This
Neek,
season's over.
counteract that. Neek, let me hear this.
I'm not even going to express any of that activity for June. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful season for many reasons. June is just fucking negative Nancy, but I love them because sometimes you need that negativity to balance the positivity. So fuck it. It is what it is. But I just wanted to say good morning to all my fellow Jet fans, and at least we got to knock those sons of bitches out of that playoff shit. So we got something out of it. It may not be what everybody wants, but I'm pretty sure, we was a little happy to knock the Finns out.
So Neek, you're glad the Jets squished the
Yes.
fish?
Yes.
Me too.
Yes.
Yeah,
Me
but it
too.
didn't matter. The Broncos won anyway.
Oh my God, I wanted the Bengals in, but KC,
Exactly my point.
KC was
Exactly my
smart.
point, Jay.
You know that's why they
The
didn't have
sixth
all the
pick is going to
starters
be the next Joe Montana, and the seventh pick is going to be Elmer the Fudd. Mark my words.
because if KC would have played and they would have beat Denver, then they would have had to deal with the Bengals, and the Bengals are their kryptonite, the same way they're the Bills' kryptonite. So the Chiefs were actually geniuses.
Yeah, but notice how a good franchise say we're not going to win this meaningless game.
Well, just like the Buffalo Bills, June. I mean,
Right.
unlike the Jets last year where they ran Brees Hall into the ground, the Buffalo Bills said, hey, listen, you know what? They might have put Joe Milton in, but I'm not letting a division rival get the number one overall pick. Let's back off. The Jets are
Exactly.
like, come on, let's do it.
Exactly.
We're going for the win.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. Exactly my point. Good franchises do good moves. Bad ones do bad, and we just happen to be bad. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nick. I'm
But we would have
sorry.
had to have so many lose yesterday, and it just wasn't happening.
No, no, no.
Like the Panthers, they
But we
won.
but we still would have moved up to at least right behind the Patriots. We
Yeah, you would
couldn't
have had a
pass
top five pick.
Patriots up, but at least we would have the fifth pick. Right, a top five pick. I would rather have a top five
No,
pick than
June, it
number
was going to be
seven.
six, to be fair.
It would have been, yeah. I think we would have went
Well,
further than six.
once again, it's still a meaningless win, and we could have moved up
But
one
top
slot. I would
10
have
ain't
took it.
bad though. Like you got a lot of teams that kill for top 10.
In this quarterback class, I don't know about that.
Well, it's not even about the quarterback no more, depending on who the GM is and depending on what moves they know how to make. And hopefully they're better than Douglas. You can use those draft picks for a lot of things.
Eh,
You're
Way to
going to
be
have
hopeful.
somebody needy, like, I
Neek
don't
is
know,
speaking
it could be
truth.
the Rams, it could be any of these teams that got hella picks. They're going to want it. Some
Neek is
seconds, some
cooking.
thirds too.
Yeah.
That's what we
Let's
need because we're a little deficient in that.
yeah, let's Neek stay here because I want to piggyback off of Rogers, but let me hear a rant from Giambi.
Yes, sir. Let's go. I'm
Well,
ready. I'm with
first
him.
off, Happy New Year to everyone. June, Mark, Pete,
Happy
and
New
also
Year.
Bobby Thompson. I haven't spoken to you in a while, my friend. Shout out John Cena tonight. Um,
I'm looking forward to it, buddy.
Yeah, I listen. The Jets, they're just a disgrace. They really are. I mean, last year I went on my rant about handing the Patriots, your division rival, Drake May, by winning a meaningless game, and then this year, Mike Vrabel is pretty much going to be the next head coach of the New England Patriots, and the Jets lost out on a draft spot. I mean, one spot's not the end of the world. I thought they were going to drop down to 10, to be completely honest with you, but
I don't know. It's just dark times ahead. I don't really know where they go from here. Costello just tweeted out that he thinks Aaron Glenn is the favorite for the Jets job. I know that rolls some people's eyes. I don't think that's the worst hire. Does it excite me though? No, not necessarily. I would rather, maybe give Cliff Kingsbury another chance, or even that guy from Tampa Bay that some other people like absolutely
Liam
love.
Liam,
Cohen.
Liam
Liam
Cohen,
Cohen.
I'd even give him a
Hmm.
shot. I just with Aaron Glenn, but the thing that I like most about him, and I think it's worth saying, is he comes from an organization in Detroit. They've had 6 injuries of starters since opening day. I think they've had at least 10 or 11. Their first round pick last night, Terry and Arnold, he went out of the game with injury. They don't make excuses in Detroit. Okay, Monday night against San Francisco, they were giving up a lot of points, but they came up with 2 big turnovers. When's the last time the Jets came up with a big turnover in a crucial moment? Last night they shut down Sam
Good
Darnold
point.
of the Minnesota Vikings. All of a sudden the defense came to life. So I think it says something having a
Giambi,
culture.
the Darnold looked like crap last night, by the
Yeah, I
way.
know. He also looks like Lucky Charms with his red ginger beard, but that's a thing for another day. But I don't know. I don't really know where the team goes from here. I don't at this point, unless nothing excites me anymore because I've heard it all. They own the headlines. My question for Bob though is, and listen, obviously I think Vrabel's going to get the job in New England, but if you have a quarterback like Drake May who looks awesome, wouldn't you at least want to kick the tires on Ben Johnson? I mean, to me, New England is the most attractive job in the league. They have Drake May, they have the number 4 overall pick, and they're going to have $130 million in cap space. I understand Vrabel has ties to the organization, but in the same sense, you want to get the hottest offensive coordinator in there to work with your quarterback. I
Right.
mean, to me, that maximizes his potential. I understand the love for Vrabel, but I think you should at least do your due diligence and see if Ben Johnson would be interested in your job.
I think that the team will definitely uh, kick the tires on him and definitely request permission to interview him to see what it's all about. Um, yeah, I understand that. I have that thought process too. But the thing is that we just had a rookie head coach. It didn't work out. Experience was a problem. However, why would we want to fire a rookie head coach to then hire another one? That's the way I'm seeing it. And if that's the way it goes, I get it. Ben Johnson, is the hottest commodity on the head coaching market, him Vrabel. But to me, I would love to have Ben Johnson work with Drake May. That would be amazing. Since taking over as offensive coordinator for the Lions, he's changed that team for the better. And I think he could do that anywhere he goes. But to me, I just want a coach with experience, a guy who's been there, who's had success, and who's had failures as a head coach. You learn from your mistakes and you learn from your success. So to me, I think Vrabel as the head coach makes the most sense. But definitely interviewing Ben Johnson to see his vision, what he could bring. I think that Robert Kraft is definitely going to take those measures. He has to. You can't just literally go into it blind like he did last year. Oh, we fired the greatest head coach of all time. Oh, we already have an idea. We won't take long. They already had a succession plan. I think that's the biggest mistake he made. I
And
do
then,
think.
oh, go ahead.
No, no, no. It's okay. What were you gonna say?
No, and then just two last comments on the Jets. The other thing I find so concerning though is, and I think it's equally, if not more important. I don't like this idea that we're interviewing all these head coaches and running a head coach search when we don't have a general manager. I think it's so important to have a general manager and have a proper power structure. I mean, if the Jets were to hire a guy like Vrabel, who, in my opinion, that's the guy I wanted, and he said, "Hey, I want this guy as a GM," fine, I would have done it, but I want a general manager, and truthfully, as of right now, I think we're the only general manager job opening in the NFL. So a guy like Mike Borgonzi or Ray Agnew from Detroit, or Mike Greenberg from Tampa Bay, I, there's no, and you can say whatever you want about the Jets' dysfunction, but there's 32 general manager jobs around the league. So to me, the guy Mike Borgonzi out of Kansas City is the guy that I'd want to go after. And I know Jets fans are going to roll their eyes, but if it means getting Mike Borgonzi, a guy I'd take a look at is Matt Nagy. He was an offensive guy. He won 12 games with the Bears with Mitch Trubisky as his quarterback. Unlike Adam Gase, he didn't go back into head coaching right away. He kind of drank his medicine. And maybe that's a guy working under Andy Reid. He kind of has a rejuvenated, lease on life, and he learned from his mistakes. So that's somebody I'd go after. And then one last point with the Jets is, listen, I don't think Robert Saleh was a great coach by any means, but by firing him after 2 and 3 and doing something irrational as that, I really think that made this team much worse. Jeff Ulbrich was like a chicken with his head cut off. I think the team went into total and utter chaos. And you talk about the offense, but the defense went to absolute shit. I'm not saying the Jets would have been a lock for the playoffs, but in the same token, I think they would have been, in a similar situation to the Bengals or the Dolphins, where yesterday's game might have been, like a play and you're in kind of game for the last wild card spot. So we'll see. There's going to be a lot ahead, but hopefully we get resolution by the end of the month.
And Giambi.
Yeah, I mean, on your last point, okay, actually.
No, I was just gonna say Matt Nagy is my favorite Giambi, so that's who
All
I
right, take
that's
it
who I
easy
really
with
want.
favorite,
Yeah,
though. That's a little extreme. I'm just saying I wouldn't be opposed to it.
no. That's who I want. That's who I think would really help the team. I need an offensive mind there. Plus, he's done it before, like you said. Been in the playoffs twice with the Bears organization, and he won. He won with fucking Mitch Trubisky. So that's a lot to say right there.
Giambi,
Go ahead, Mark.
on your last point, Giambi, I am haunted by thinking about what could have been if, and I know they weren't going to do this because they were going to give Hackett a chance with Rodgers. I'm haunted by what could have been if they kept Saul in place and had Todd Downing call plays the whole year. What would the record have been?
Because Olbrich
What
could
would
have
the
fully
offenses look
focused on the
like?
defense. Because you can say whatever you want. They got gashed by San Francisco in week one,
Exactly.
but it's the first week of the season. I'll let that go. But the defense didn't look that bad, the other 4 games that Salah was in charge. But as soon as Salah left, they were making even more boneheaded penalties, roughing the passer, offsides, face mask. It just, Sauce Gardner looked like absolute shit. Like, it really fell apart after he left.
No doubt. Guys, I don't have a problem. Excuse me. I'm under the weather. I don't have a problem with what Brees Hall said yesterday. Does anybody? We can look up in
He
the
needs to shut
jumbotron.
up, though.
Yes,
What?
for real,
What?
for
Can
real.
somebody
From
refresh my memory what he actually said?
All right, here it is. It's hard for a team to win when your coach and GM's getting fired halfway through the season. A lot of stuff's up in the air. It's just been cool to see how everybody on this team has stuck together and not pointing fingers and just stayed the course.
That's a
I
Well,
lot.
don't
keep it to
I
yourself.
don't see
That's a
but
lot.
but he was asked the question and he didn't, deflect from it. I don't
Yeah,
have a
no.
problem with what Bree
He
said.
did. He didn't deflect, but he lied because people on the team are pointing fingers. Anyway, uh,
Wait, Lion, I agree with what he said.
So do
100%. We've
I.
been saying it for
So
man,
do
months.
I
I.
don't have a problem.
this guy
So do I.
I
But
can't.
Hector, you're good with it?
Absolutely.
Oh man, this is bullshit,
June,
man.
you want us to go 1-16 next year, June.
No, I don't. I don't. I just want to be able to get our quarterback. That's it. What I want is use this draft to build the trenches, and then next season you go get your quarterback. That's all I want. That's it. I'm not asking for a lot. Well, apparently I am because I'm a fucking New York Jet fan.
Well, that
Joe
should be
from
the
L-
plan. That
J-
should
J-
be the plan.
June, you know
but
who I want?
watch it won't be.
June, know who I want
Who?
as offensive coordinator?
Who you want?
Doug Peterson.
Listen, listen to me carefully, Giambi. Bragazzi as GM, Matt Nagy as head coach, and Doug Peterson as offensive coordinator. That's what my dream scenario is. But whatever.
Wait. Don't
Control
stop
the
there. Who's
team
your
is
D
this.
coordinator?
What?
Uh, uh, ex, ex, wait,
Yeah.
wait. I don't.
Who has to
I don't
score
have a
90
defense
points a
coordinator
game?
right now. I don't
Yeah,
have a
we'll
defense
stop with
coordinator
those
right now.
three.
But right now I got the GM, head coach, and offensive coordinator. Uh,
Joe, go
I
ahead.
don't know about any of
wait,
Go ahead.
Good morning.
Joe from Atlanta, how you doing, man?
Hey,
Being that Georgia Bulldogs got bounced by my Notre Dame, but you just
yeah,
can't
yeah,
win
yeah, yeah,
anything,
June,
can you?
yeah, June.
Okay,
All that good shit.
all
You know
right,
what, June? Fuck you,
yeah,
June.
yeah.
Fuck you, June. Fuck you, June. I just forgot. He just reminded me. I was supposed to came into space the other day and say, "Fuck you, June." The
Yo,
fuck out of
I,
hey,
I love it. I
hey.
love it.
I guess 4 times the charm, huh? After we done whooped y'all ass 3 times straight,
Well, I'm talking
you
about.
had to find.
I'm talking about.
You finally
All right.
got one. Okay, cool,
Yeah,
cool,
thank you,
June,
All
thank
cool.
right. Break it up. Joe,
Now
good
that
morning.
it's basketball
Mark,
season.
your
Go ahead.
connection's bad, Mark.
Now that it's basketball season,
All right.
June,
I'll take it.
and the Hawks will continue to own the
you.
Knicks.
Do you have anything relating to the Jets to speak of
Yeah, of
today?
course, of course, of
All
course,
right,
of
all
course.
right,
I do
all
have
right.
something related to the Jets.
Fucking
I think that
bastards.
game yesterday was a comical. I laughed the entire time. I laughed at the simple fact that Devontae Adams almost got his head taken off his shoulders with that first. I don't know what they was like, fuck it at this point, do whatever. But it was still a good success because the fans did not make the playoffs because of us yet
No,
again.
no, no.
No,
That's false.
no,
Yeah, that's not true.
They wasn't making it regardless whether they win or lost because Broncos won.
yeah, that's my narrative. They lost the battle before they lost the battle before that game, but you know, uh, going forward, I gotta look at some defensive coordinators because that's the
You
last
want
thing.
another defensive coordinator?
I really don't. We can run it back with Brick for all I care. Shit,
Oh
don't
my
like.
God!
All right, stop.
I'm
Jeff
just
Please,
saying.
Ulbrich
I'm
is
just
not
saying. I'm
please,
coming
just. I'm
back.
God,
just saying. We
Stop,
can
man.
run it back with Brick.
Joe. Come on, don't.
I got it,
I don't.
but Peter, like I said, I got to look into the defensive coordinators right now because the only person I know
Joe,
right now
what
is
what even gives you the clue or thought process to bring Ulbrich back? He was 3-9.
uh. Well, for one,
You're high
you
right
gave him,
now, aren't
you
you?
gave you gave the key, you gave the man the keys to a Ferrari that he can't
You're
drive.
smoking weed, right?
You gave the keys to a Ferrari and he couldn't drive manually. You know what I'm saying? So
You're on
that's one.
some
So he
narcotic,
didn't know what he
aren't
was
you?
doing. So I'm just saying, as
You do
Jeff
Molly's.
as Uber as our defensive coordinator, we did
Does
pretty
a perk mean anything to you?
good.
This is bullshit. What are you talking about, man?
Man, Jude, can you let me talk, man?
You just said,
Damn,
"Oh,
Jude.
bring Ulbrich back." You're killing me, man.
Wait, I
I
left the
said I
room
gotta
and
do
Joe
my
wants to bring
research.
back
I just said
Ulbrich.
Yo,
Yeah.
he just said this shit.
I gotta do my research. Let me do my research, man.
Yo, it's too early in the morning for you to be drinking, bro. Come on now,
Yeah,
stop
and I
that
want to
shit.
get to Whittle in a minute.
Right. Shout out to my boy Whittle. But as far as the head coaching, I don't know no more because these people here it's going all over the place right now. So if Matt Nagy
There
is
you go. Let's
if, Ma-
go.
if
All right,
Matt
you're saying
Nagy
one
is
thing right.
who is who gonna be whatever makes our team successful, I'm just with it, bro. Because I'm just tired of going through these emotional roller coasters. However, the Falcons did lost and they're no longer in the playoffs. So yeah, it's the world keeps turning. The world keeps turning.
You know, I did. I was watching that Falcon game, and I could have sworn I seen you in the stands, but I'm not even gonna put you in front of people
Nah,
yet.
I wasn't there.
Whittle?
I was coaching my basketball team, man.
Yeah, I bet you were, motherfucker. Whittle, good morning, brother. Good morning.
You see me.
Good morning. No introduction. All right, well, no problem.
Man, fuck you with your
Fuck
introductions.
you,
Go
bro.
ahead and
I
Oh,
was
talk.
okay.
like, man.
All right. All right. All right. Mm.
Reason why I don't like Whittle
Yeah,
Uh,
because
Whittle,
Whittle was
Whittle,
right
Whittle,
the
Whittle,
entire
Whittle.
time. I don't
Can
like
I
Whittle
ask?
because this man be right like the entire
Can you
time, bro.
change? Can you change it to 13-4 and not 14-3, please?
I could, but I mean, it was a meaningless game, so who cares?
See? Meaningless
Yeah, I just
game.
want
Who cares?
Petey, Petey,
Change it to
I hope you,
14 years in a row with no playoffs. Go ahead, Whittle.
I
Petey,
know.
I would like for you to,
Petey.
These guys
I
go with
mean,
the Stockton
I
Malone
mean,
shit.
Let him talk.
if you want to look at it that way, Petey, I would like for you to get better soon. I'm wishing you good health.
Thanks, man.
Um, but the 14
Sucks.
could be for 14 years and three being the top spot that you guys have held
Fucking
over that
Whittle.
time frame, which is third place in the division. Um, I just wanted to
Great.
say, man,
Lee
it
Sean,
smells
great Bill space,
Bullshit.
Whittle.
it smells like despair in here. I don't know what that smells like, but I wanted to ask you guys what was your approach for the draft? Like
You such an asshole. You,
what
you, you,
what direction
you'll
would
know
you like to
exactly
like
what
see
it
he
smells
know.
McDaniel?
like next Monday. And 1 week from today, you'll know exactly what it smells like.
We played the Broncos in a week, but I mean, if you think the Broncos can be this, okay.
Yeah, I do.
Anyway, okay. Well, all right.
We do not care what he thinks.
Here you
All
go.
people.
See?
No,
Yeah.
yeah, we don't. I
Can I
just wanted
answer
to
the
know
question instead of
what
Bill's?
direction you guys would be happy with your as far as the draft goes. Like, are you leaning heavier towards like getting some guys on offense, getting some guys on defense,
Whittle,
O
let me
line, D
answer that.
line?
He's such
Let
an
me
asshole,
wait.
Pete.
No. Let
I
him
want to
do
comment
that.
on
I
this.
don't care. Uh, listen, if
I'm
they
not even
get
trying
rid
to
of
be funny.
Devon,
I just started
yeah.
my
If they if they
my draft work. So
if they get
you
rid of
know,
Devontae Adams, I wouldn't be surprised if they took a receiver high. Who knows?
I
Listen,
want to.
right.
Can I comment
I
too,
don't.
Pete?
I don't know about right tackle. Yeah, Mark, you can. Defensive tackle would be good. Jets need a lot of stuff. Go ahead.
Yeah. Look, I'm going to answer this. I'm not going to take it as a slight. I'm commenting on the question on its face, which is the Jets. In my mind, they have more questions than answers because I don't know what the front office looks like, which means I don't know schematically what they're doing on either side of the ball. I don't know if Rodgers is coming back. Like, there's a lot. There's a lot of unanswered questions. What I can tell you is that you need an O line to play football. Like, uh, I've seen O lines across the league really hold up, and it's meant that the run game works. It's meant that quarterbacks have time in the pocket to throw. Like, I think it, and the Jets, I think, have 4 out of 5 spots in good shape. I would like to see them prioritize right tackle, personally. I don't know if that means, I don't know if you want to go and get a franchise right tackle that high in the draft pick. The draft nicks could tell you that. But I can also tell you this everyone we've talked to has said that this is not a crazy great quarterback draft, neither this year or next year. So the idea of trading up to try to go get a quarterback, I just don't.
It's
I
not a
think you
great
fix the
tackle
line
class, too,
first.
Mark.
It's not a great tackle class.
It's not a great tackle class. It's a lot of tackle twos.
By
Well,
the way, real
that's their
quick,
hole.
watching that Detroit game yesterday, Panay Sewell moves like a fullback, man. That dude is nasty, man. We need somebody like that. I hope. I'm not saying Fashionu's going to turn into that, but man, Panay Sewell going around blocks, getting out in the open.
That
That
was
dude
Keith
is
Carter coaching them,
nasty.
Pete. That's
Yeah,
the,
I know.
you know what I'm
I'm
saying?
surprised the Jets haven't fired anybody yet. They should have been gone after the game yesterday.
That's what I said, and that they're going to interview him, give him a. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Why
by the
put
way,
year
Well, you don't
ago?
have a GM. You don't have a leader of your football team in there. You have an owner who's listening to the space and he's fucking listening to his kids and making football decisions. So who
but
knows?
by the way, there's a couple of people in here. Mr. Bam Man, what's up? Tato, that's Rat Cartel. What up? I see Ross, KC Ross, Mike Ferreira. What up? Tyler, Sad Jets. Hello, Bobby C, Nikki, Ground and Punt, Vince, Chris, my man, CB, F and Jim.
KC Ross said the Bills didn't have an offense good enough to win the division. I see you, KC Ross. And speaking of that
Ah,
Lions game, Petey, not too many teams can go into Detroit and come out with a victory, my friend. It's hard to win in that building.
yeah, but the Buffalo Bills did.
Well,
That's
we
where you're
got we
going.
got the league MVP. So when you had a league MVP, all things are possible.
Oh my
Is
fucking
that
goodness,
official?
man. No, it's not official.
Yeah, I
No.
know. I didn't think on Black Monday the MVP came out.
Fucking guy, man. He's got
By
it.
the way, Lee Sean
It's all
and
right,
I
man.
will
I'm
be
all
do.
right with the bluster. It's cool.
Yeah, Lee
Hey, June, I
Sean.
got a question. Where
Wait,
does the
wait,
best player in the
Hector,
league
hold on,
play for?
one sec.
Sorry, Petey.
It's all right. Lee Sean and I will do some joint spaces once in a while too, to keep it change it up a little bit. So Lee Sean, you know you're down, so don't laugh.
yeah, no need to come off the mic and embarrass yourself by trying to take shots at the Bills. We're way better
Yeah,
than
he
your
was he
franchise,
was
okay?
about to, and
Yeah, I
Petey
saw him
stopped
loading
him.
up. Relax,
Don't
okay?
make me like this
Relax.
Jets pack right now. Long suffering, just mute up.
No,
Go
no,
ahead,
I'm not
Hector.
muting up. I think the baddest man resides in Kansas City. He's got his feet up right now, relaxing.
Yeah,
Well, we
yeah,
know
yeah.
where
We know,
we
we
know he
know,
doesn't
we
reside in
know.
Jersey. We know
No,
that.
he doesn't. He doesn't.
Kansas City has nothing to do with this. Here we go.
Oh boy, man.
Damn, y'all not tired of Kansas City winning? Like, put the KC pom poms down.
I'm tired of
They got to
hijacking
do something.
conversations when I want to talk about the Jets and the Dolphins, and then I also want to talk about the Jets offseason plans. I know there's plenty of time to talk about what.
That's what you've been doing all morning, brother. I spoke for 30 seconds.
All right, no. Do you have a point on the Jets and Dolphins
No,
or
no, no. You
Jet
can get
offseason
back to the
plans?
Jets. Go ahead, do your thing. Do your thing, homie.
All right, I'm in once a week. That's all. You're free to listen, man. You know you're free to talk.
Damn, Mark.
Um,
Lee
hey,
Sean's gonna be mad at you now.
that's all right. You know
No,
what? He's
I'm
got a
not.
thick
I'm good.
skin.
I'm Gucci.
He's good.
I got no issues. We good.
Yeah. look, I think
I'll send Mark the bill space later, and he won't come. Mark
that's
is my
true.
guy.
That's true.
He
Um,
said it's true he won't come.
no,
Yo,
it's well.
Leisha.
Listen, I'm
Yo,
in
I
one a
love.
week.
Yo, Mark,
Oh my
don't you
god.
ever get like random DMs and it's from Lee Sean and you think it's like a post and it's join this conversation
Oh, he
each
invites me
Yeah,
all
time.
the
man, you're my
time. He's
guy.
very
Like I
cordial,
said, pull
dude.
up. Come,
If
come
I had a
talk to us.
mailbox, it'd be jam packed with Lee Shaw invites to spaces. You know what I mean? It's great. Um,
Yeah, y'all don't come because y'all think we roasting the Jets.
I
I don't
come.
even sing y'all. I don't sing y'all spaces when we roasting the
Yo,
Jets.
I come
I don't
too,
do that.
bro. Pause. But I'm saying I pop in. Don't do that, man.
no, I go in there too when I have the time. I'm more busy than I've been very busy lately. But anyway, the uh okay, Aaron Rodgers and let me ask you guys a question. Was this his last game in the NFL?
Last game with the Jets, hopefully.
No, last game. All right, Jim. I asked
I'm gonna say
last
no.
game in the NFL.
I'm gonna say yes. The reason why, because I don't think no other team's gonna sit there and take him because he come with too much
I don't
shit,
think so.
bro.
Neek, do you want him back in the green and white?
Only if they want him back.
No.
And honestly,
Wow, you
honestly,
said that so
yo,
nonchalant.
honestly, I wouldn't be mad at him for not coming back because after all that shit after the bye week, like, I get it. He's who he is and he got all this experience, but he's still a fucking person just like us and everybody got feelings. So, me personally, I tell them motherfuckers to kick rocks. Like, they got to pay him anyway. Shit. I
Yeah.
mean, he good either way. He's still going to be rich. So, fuck with.
If you watch his post game comments, I'm not convinced I think he's waiting to see what the Jets are going to do before he makes a decision about if he's going to take another snap. I don't think he's entirely opposed to coming back.
Oh my.
No, I don't think so either. But and the fucking tiny tot fucking school, like this shit is got to stop. Like, good lord.
Let me ask this: what's Aaron Rodgers' grade this year?
C plus.
B minus.
Good question, Pete.
B minus.
Lawrence, what do you think, Lawrence? Jones, you're back. What up, Jones?
What's good? What's good, PD?
Jones, what's
Mark?
what's up? What's your grade on Aaron Rodgers this year?
Uh, I'll give him a C minus.
Yeah, Vince is coming up. Vince is gonna give him an F. Vince,
Oh,
you want to go on your
All
Monday
I had to
rant?
do was come up just to say this. A fucking F. A fucking F.
hey,
F.
I love
I
Vince.
hate
A fucking F. Are you guys kidding me? 5 and
Exactly.
12.
nah,
5 and 12. A fucking F.
Vince. I agree. It's nasty, but I'm looking at everything and as not being biased, looking at context. If you're gonna give him an F, you got to give this defense a Z. You got to
I,
Mm,
give
I agree with that. Look,
mm.
you
both
got to
things
give
could be true. Both
you
things
got
could be
yeah
true.
you got and Tyron Smith should have been pulled earlier. Let's not talk about how he screwed us out of a game. Special teams,
Oh,
don't even get me
terrible.
started on that. Just if one of those things got cleaned up earlier in the season, one of those three areas got cleaned up outside the QB play, the season probably would have been a 7, maybe a 8 win team. But uh, 28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 3,700 yards. I would have told you we was winning 11 games. Simple as that.
Yeah, but I think numbers are really swayed though. I mean, listen, let's be real about it. Yeah, 28 touchdowns sounds well and good, but let's talk about this. How many of those touchdowns were
Yeah,
just against god awful teams? I
yeah.
mean, it's really easy to
Facts.
clump them
You're you're
together.
you're right. Numbers
And,
can be
I mean, think about it
swayed.
like this: his completion percentage was 63%. It was tied for like 28th in the NFL.
Yeah,
So
you're right.
So
Numbers
it's like I
numbers.
don't. I've seen that, and I'm not. This isn't towards you. I've seen
No
that online. Be like, oh, 28 touchdowns.
facts.
Rate rate his season. I'm like, he's 5-12. I said this the other day. There's a
Vince, how would
stat.
you spin his drop
No,
percentage? How would
team
you
is
spin that
5-12.
percentage?
The
He's
tweet,
not 5-12.
yeah. Even though I don't like Rogers either, but it's more. He's not 5-12. This team is 5-12, and yeah.
There's
What do you?
one. Think about
Long
it like
suffering. We're getting
this.
some background noise, bro. Mute up if you can.
Yeah, sorry, I'm at work. There's
No,
one
not you,
thing.
Vince. Long suffering.
Here's one thing I think about, and we can say he's not 5-12, he whatever. Think about it like this: there's been only, I think, a handful. I think 4 quarterbacks that have played on all 17 weeks
Fuck
this
you,
entire
Nissan.
season. 4 quarterbacks, okay, that did not make the playoffs that have played for their team all 17 weeks. Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets rank last, tied for last, with the worst record in the NFL of any quarterback that has been there all 17 games. And the one that they were tied with is the Chicago Bears, who started a rookie quarterback and also fired their head coach through and through. So it's easy to say, oh, yeah, he's not 5-12. The team's 5-12, blah, 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 which is true. But think about it like this. There's a lot of other teams that switch multiple quarterbacks that have a better record than we are, and the way he had it.
Nah, you're 1,000% right. But I'm
He was
looking
a
at
major issue this year.
he did have issues, and the eye test does not match the numbers to me. But I'm looking at this. I'm looking at it before the season, and his defense. The defense took a step back that I couldn't even predict it. Like it was ridiculous. Over 1,000 yards in penalties. Imagine if that got cut in half. Imagine if 1,000 yards in penalties from the defense. That right there is unfathomable for any team. And this is where coaching, like, even if we had a decent coach, average, you look at the Kansas City Chiefs, Rodgers and Pat Mahomes' numbers are damn near identical. And the eye test doesn't match Pat Mahomes' numbers either. But the thing is, their defense made plays, their special teams played, the coach didn't trick off games, the defense wasn't giving up over 70 yards a game in penalties. That's why I say it's a C minus. It could have been better, but that 0-5 run he had to end games in the beginning of the year was bad. It was very bad.
Yep.
I agree.
I hate I'm
Been.
I'm hating because Neek is probably agreeing with everything I'm saying, and I hate your takes.
I sure am. But you're being fair. So I can't knock you.
So my question is, who in this space besides me and Vince, because we don't want to bring him back. Well, matter of fact, Mark, I asked you that question a couple of days ago. You said you're going to let me know today. Are you in favor of bringing back Aaron Rodgers?
No.
No, I'm asking
Oh.
Mark that.
Oh, you're asking me?
Yes, because I text you. We was texting a couple of days ago. I
Oh,
said, "Do you
yeah,
want him
yeah.
back?" All right. So, do you want him back?
All right, here's my answer. I think there's an argument to bring him back, but I'll couch it in this. I want to know like I said earlier, there's a lot of, I have more questions than answers when it comes to the Jets. I need to know what the front office looks like because I don't know what scheme they're running. If you keep Rodgers, you're running the Rodgers offense. And I don't know what that means then for the coaching staff. It also means your skill group looks very different because if Rodgers is gone, Devontae Adams is gone for sure. Lazard is gone, right? So now you're back to Garrett Wilson and a bunch of guys I'm not sure can play on offense, right? Um, your skill group takes a hit once that happens. So and I also don't know schematically what you're doing. Are you switching off of the Rodgers offense and are you staying West Coast? Are you flipping, like, what's the scheme? And then on the defensive side of the ball, I don't know what they're doing. I mean, they've been running, base nickel the personnel fits base nickel, but now what are they going to do? Are they flipping to a 3-4? Are they going to try and do much more of a flex defense where, like, if you told me Vrabel were the head coach, I'd have more of an answer with regards to what the offense and defense will look like. But now I'm not so sure. I don't know who the OC is.
Mark, with all due respect, and I say this only as a joke, but that's a really shitty answer to
Oh,
the
geez.
question. And I say this respectfully, and I say this thing. is because it does not matter, and I know I'm very biased against Aaron Rodgers, but it does not matter what scheme he runs, what offense he runs, or whatnot. The guy is not a competent quarterback anymore. It does not matter.
What?
He's not. He has no mobility. His timing with receivers is some of the worst you've ever seen in his career. He can't get out of the pocket. He can't communicate with coaches. He can't communicate with wide receivers. He misses easy throws. He's not as good as he once was with schemes. So it really does, to me, and this is me talking. It does not matter what system he runs, who's around him. We need somebody that can move out of the pocket and isn't a statue back there, and that's not Aaron Rodgers anymore.
So what's your answer then? Okay, it's easy to criticize Vince with respect. Who's your answer at quarterback so I can take shots at him?
Tyrod
Not
Taylor.
really. I'll assess it. Go ahead.
Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod, you want to start so you want to have a year of Tyrod Taylor?
Yes,
That's your answer?
I want a rebuild year. I want a full rebuild year. I want Tyrod Taylor to start. I want Jordan Travis to back up. I want the
So you
Jets
want
to
a
get rid of
backup
him.
quarterback to start next year, 2025.
Absolutely.
Mark, what's the realistic expectation? Like what's the expectation that you have for the Jets? Again, you could run it back with Rodgers, but if you guys are going to be back potentially in the same position, I mean,
Top five,
I would rather
top
have a
five pick
Tyrod.
is the expectations, Jarek. Top 5 pick.
Right, and I mean, like I would rather have a Tyrod Taylor and give Jordan Travis that opportunity, just see what he can do.
The way it is this, that
I have
there's
no
also a
response. Go
huge
ahead,
cap
Vince.
component to this, because if the Jets basically run it back next year, there's a major cap hit, and you're just kicking the can down the road with the cap hits also. So what I would like to do, if I'm in charge of this, I'm taking my lickings next year. I'm getting all of the dead cap: Rodgers, Adams, Lazard, Mosley, Zerline. I'm getting everybody off of my cap list in 1 year. I'm taking Tyrod Taylor, and then I'm having Jordan Travis, who we drafted in the 5th round, back up. If Tyrod Taylor takes the team to any type of heights, or is playing competent quarterback, great. Maybe we can enjoy a season and know exactly what pieces we are. If Tyrod Taylor is horrible or does the inevitable that he always does and gets injured, you have Jordan Travis, you have somebody young. Maybe you might have something there, maybe you don't. If you don't have something there, and the whole season goes off the rails, now you're looking at a top 5 pick potentially with 3 quarterbacks that are in next year's draft, and the season's not good anyway.
Trade the
Vince, I don't
pick
like
to
this plan, and
Minnesota.
I'll tell you why. I
Trade the
don't like it.
pick to Minnesota, and you got a quarterback.
Yeah, and that's an option. But here's the problem I have with that plan, Vince, is that I'm tired of playing for the draft because I'd rather just go win games, please. Because listen, if you start losing and you have another year of suffering and losing, you know what folks like June and the rest of the company are going to say? Oh, the young players and young core talent that want out of here because they're sick and tired of losing. They come from winning college programs, then they come to the Jets, and the culture of losing is just too much. And then you're like, I don't want to cut off the nose to spite the face. Instead, develop a culture of winning, win football games. What a novel concept.
But
Build a
Mark,
culture of winning solves all problems.
with all respect, the last 2 years were not built about the draft. It was built about winning playoffs and making a run. That was the last 2 years. This season and last season, that's what it was about. We went for it. It didn't work. It had nothing to do with the draft.
Shitty coaching. And I don't understand how y'all actually thought you were going to win with shitty coaching.
That's why we had Vrabel last year. We decided we didn't want Vrabel. We wanted Saleh. So now the whole thing of Vrabel's using us? No, he's not.
Say it again, Buckeye. Say it again, Buckeye.
Vrabel
I'm
was
not
at our
disagreeing also with
fingertips.
coach.
He was able
Yes,
to be
he
signed
was.
last year.
With no other options, he was able to be signed. But we chose to go with fucking Sala.
Yeah,
Brandon
let
Hunt's
Brown
been
and
trying to get
Punkin
in
in
for a
there.
while.
Yeah, Mr. Rogers, what's up?
Listen, I understand. There's people that just don't like Rodgers, so right away they're gonna, they're gonna dismiss. Oh, the 28 touchdowns were against bad teams. Well, he probably had at least another 4 touchdown passes that were dropped. If we're gonna go there, also too, he had the Jets led the league in the amount of drop passes. He's had some really bad throws, like the ones to, like the one to Yeboah against the Bills. He's missed Garrett like high. I don't know how many times this year. But like at the end of the day, Josh Allen's going to win the MVP. He ended up with more passing yards than him. He led the AFC East in passing yards. Tied the AFC East with touchdown passes with 28. Him and Tyrod together threw for 31. They threw for 11 last year. I mean, they also led the league in missed tackles. They probably also led the league in yards after contact on defense. They don't have good coaches. They could actually do something smart next year and identify a quarterback that they like and let him sit for a year. You look at all these guys, what they're saying, like Goff, Darnold, like the league just doesn't have patience anymore. And I was a person that I undervalued the rust that Aaron Rodgers was going to have. So, I mean, like he was rusty probably the first 6 or 7 games this year. He also lacked confidence when Tyron was in there or when Max Mitchell was in there. So he had issues when the line wasn't right, and he
Ground, can
still,
I just say one thing?
yeah.
The Jets just put in a request to interview Mike Borganzi from Kansas City, per Diana Rossini.
There we go. Now we going. Now we on the right track. Go ahead,
Ground,
Ground. Go
Sorry.
ground,
ahead.
ground, ground. Can I ask you a question though while you're talking?
Yeah.
Two things with Rodgers. The delay a game, those were Rodgers, and they were all season. It wasn't early, it wasn't middle, it was all season. The delay a game shit was nuts. That was not coaching, it was him.
Uh-huh.
And then the other thing is the failure at the game-winning drive. Aaron Rodgers was brought here for let us have the ball with the last drive with a chance to win. That's the guy. He was awful this year with that.
Well, I mean, there was a few games that they got into field goal position and missed the field goal too. So um, I just also think Buckeye, they were just an awful offensive unit, right? Like, you look at the drives that they didn't, get the game-winning score. I mean, they had pressure. They couldn't handle pressure. The offensive line was a major issue. He wasn't, not to say that he was good or whatever, but like he was very rusty the first 6, 7 weeks, man. Very rusty. And
Yeah, but hold on. I got to jump in, and But here's the thing, right? This is the same conversation we had last year, right? Because when everybody was like Zach Wilson's the worst quarterback in history, there were other things that were wrong with the Jets that nobody wants to talk about. We had 10 different offensive lines. The drops were horrible last year. There was tons of penalties last year too.
Coordinator was not good.
And nobody said anything about it. Everybody was like, "Oh no, we're a quarterback away. It's Zach Wilson, it's Trevor Siemian, it's Tim Boyle. Once we get a quarterback, it's gonna be different. We have Aaron Rodgers, and then we sit here, we fast forward. Those three useless quarterbacks had a better winning record than Aaron Rodgers, and now we're using the same excuses. Oh, there were drops. There were drop
yeah,
touchdowns.
but
Well, you know what? What about for every drop touchdown? What about the one-handed Jordan Jumpman catch that Garrett Wilson made that
it
gave Aaron
balances
Rodgers a
out.
touchdown too? I mean, like
Devontae dropped the 500th touchdown pass. It was right in both of his
he
hands.
and then Aaron
He
Rodgers also
dropped it.
threw the ball at Kenny Uboa's feet. Also, that would have been number 500.
Right. So
I'm
it balances out. So don't dismiss the 28
Well, how
touchdowns
many
then is the
times did
point.
Garrett have his Jordan-esque and got the ball knocked out of his hands also? Because we saw that.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't think T. Higgins and Jamar
But
Chase
he ain't
also
no
get
T.
balls knocked out of
Higgins
our
or
hands? Because
Jamar
that's what
Chase.
happens.
I don't think he ever will be. That's just my opinion.
That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying last week Jamar Chase dropped the touchdown in the end zone too. Do you think Bengals fans and Joe Burrow was crying about that? The way we're trying to
You know
count
why?
drops on a
Because
touchdown?
they don't usually drop balls. So when they do, nobody's going to jump down their throats. You get what I'm saying? If you're a certain type of receiver, move like you're a certain type of receiver.
But what I'm saying is we're sitting here trying to count individual touchdowns for Aaron Rodgers to make him look good. But yeah,
It's not
the
to, I don't
receivers
think it's
drop.
to make him look.
Yes, it is.
How about this? Look, if you don't like him, you're going to find every egregious thing about him, correct? If you like him, you're going to find
That's
all
exactly the way it
positive.
is.
And with the Jets, every time something fucks up, every time the quarterback takes the grunt, it doesn't matter if it's him or all the previous ones before. It's a Jets thing. It don't matter who's at the center. It's the fucking Jets. That's it. And until everything gets changed, it's not going to change.
But Nick, Garrett's the best player on this team.
I mean, hey, you like what you like. I like.
You know what?
But Buckeye, the
I don't
beginning of
know
the
about
year,
that now, Buckeye.
the beginning of the year,
Who's a better
Garrett
Jet?
had issues in the beginning of the year. He
I
did.
you don't think wait,
Explain something.
you don't think Devontae Adams is better than Garrett right now?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
I do.
Absolutely not.
What?
I think
I
Devontae's
can't
I'm
believe you
better.
asking
said that,
no no
Buckeye.
no wait. I'm asking a question. I did not say it. Whose fucking thing is that? Holy shit.
Well,
I'm asking a question. I'm not trying to be snappy. Garrett Wilson needs to be here for 10 years, June.
No. I when you ask Buckeye the question
I'm
is
sorry if
Devontae
it sounded that way.
Devontae.
My
It,
bad.
it,
I'm sorry
it,
if it sounded that way.
no. So I'm saying wow
Do you think it's a
that
big wait? Do you think it's a big gap though? Like seriously,
hell
like
yeah. The Devontae Adams is that he's Hall of Famer.
Yes, the gap is big. Garrett is that much better than Devontae Adams.
What?
He is
No
What?
he is
way.
I can't
much better.
believe
Yes,
No
that.
way.
yes,
I
yes.
All right,
can't
I don't know
believe
what
you
we're
Will
doing.
catch
said
and get
Yes.
open. Uh, I can't get
Mark,
with
Garrett,
that.
Mark, what are you
give
doing?
Garrett all these forced passes that Aaron
Vince,
and
what do you
Devontae
think?
were playing backyard ball together at our expense. I'm done with that. I don't want to watch backyard ball with Devontae Adams and Aaron
Can I
Yeah,
Rodgers.
can
I
I
got to be
talk,
honest.
please?
It's a hard topic to have because of the fact that the targets are so different in this game. It's very easy to have 100 yards when you have 15 targets, like Devontae is getting every single game. When Garrett Wilson has 4, 5, 6 targets a game and has 50 yards, there's a reason for me. I mean, there was a reason. What was it? Was it yesterday? There was one play where he threw it to Garrett, I think, with 2 yards behind the first down marker, and Garrett made a guy miss and took it almost to the end zone. I mean, that's what Garrett Wilson does. But it's hard to really decipher this question because there's just a complete imbalance of who's getting opportunities, though.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's set, if you set the chemistry, the obvious chemistry aside, as a boundary receiver, toe taps, route running, physicality, and the rest of it, I mean, Devontae Adams is a made man.
Come on.
Garrett is the
Pleasure.
developing receiver. Like, how many times have we seen Garrett not toe tap and run out of
Nope.
bounds and it's incomplete?
Yep.
Yep.
Or pull a Houdini act and it does not work right? Or pull his Houdini act and then not secure the football and it gets knocked out because he's trying to do too much? And again, I'm not shitting on Garrett Wilson because I think he's going to be an excellent receiver, but he's also young. But to say that Wilson is a better receiver than Adams, I don't agree with that.
Not right now.
Period.
He's
The
not.
end. Explanation point. He's better.
I can't
Not
believe
right
you
now.
said.
He's not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's no way.
And by the way, this is my problem. Peter, you were at the game. You're telling me all game Garrett was not open?
Well,
Garrett's never
his
open?
first catch was in the second quarter, which is wild.
Yeah, so he's never open. Garrett's not getting any separation. His speed and his elusive self is never open. I find that incredibly hard to believe, man. Incredibly hard to believe.
Wait, let's get to CB. He had his hand up for 30 minutes. CB, what up, man? This gonna be
Are you
good.
starting off the new year with a 2-letter word to June CB? Are you here? CB fell asleep.
CB.
No, he dropped. All right, Caleb.
I go ahead, Buckeye.
Wait, hold on, Buckeye. I have a question. What is Garrett Wilson specifically better than Devontae Adams right now?
Good question.
Once that dude catches the ball, because you saw his 2 catches
Yep.
yesterday, one of them was into double coverage. He juked both and gained, what was that, 26 yards?
Yeah, that was
Okay, so
nice.
What was that one catch? Devontae can't do that, man. Devontae cannot
No,
do
you're
that.
right. You're right. Sorry about that. Stylistically, I agree with you on that. But Devontae Adams is he's the bigger receiver. He's stronger. He's a better deep threat. Like this is not even a question. He's a better deep threat than Garrett Wilson. He can play in the
Better contested catch.
No,
he can
he's
play
not, June. No,
Better
he's
on
not.
slants.
he can
Contested
yes he
catches.
does.
No, no,
Contested
he's
He's
not.
better on
catches.
No,
slants.
he's not.
I, I'm shocked you even said.
Wait. All
CB
Hold,
right.
hold, hold,
laughing,
hold
CB
on,
is
man.
because
back.
I'm going to focus on where Mark said he's a developing receiver. So now 100 catch, 1,100 yard guys, two-time 1,100 yard guys. These are developing receivers. This dude's a star.
There
He's
is
a
growth.
star.
There is growth in Garrett. Listen, there's growth in Garrett Wilson's game. He can still do more to be as good as Devontae, but to put him in Devontae just
Yeah,
hit
that's
the mark
crazy.
with Rodgers of being one of the top wide receiver quarterback combos of all time. And we're putting Garrett Wilson in that. We
This
can't
is
do
why.
this.
This is why I want Aaron Rodgers gone, because he's got you guys firmly believing that
Oh,
Devontae is the old school Devontae Adams.
Wait,
Those two came in
wait,
here and were like,
you
wait,
watch
let's
that
let
game, Buckeye, and that's your takeaway. You
wait,
watch Devontae Adams on the bounce and run full
absolutely.
sprints, and
My
then come back
takeaway
and get the
is
wait,
ball.
wait, yo,
Oh my
yo,
God.
let
no, Mark.
CB jump in this
No,
real
hold
quick.
on. I'm gonna
Okay,
finish
let's
this.
listen. Let's see.
Yesterday's game was about Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers. Like, I'm gonna make your gold jacket better. I'm gonna make your gold jacket better. I'm gonna make your gold jacket fit better. That's all this was. I don't,
Why is
all
that
their shit
bad?
was green. All that shit was Green Bay. I don't give a fuck about Green Bay.
No, it's
These are not
all the
Jets.
teams were doing it. Like it's nothing wrong with looking out players.
You know what?
They've been doing that shit
Wait,
this
wait,
whole
wait,
season
June.
since he got on the
June,
team.
if that's the case, then why would Garrett Wilson want to be there next year if you guys are going to run that same
Exactly. It will. You already
Holy
know,
All
Jared.
shit.
right.
You
Here we
already
Let's
go
know,
No,
get
again.
to
Jared.
Can we get
CB.
Caleb, please?
CB.
Buckeyes got to
CB,
do
what
better.
up, man?
Good
CB and
morning.
then
Good morning.
Caleb.
Good morning. How's everybody
I see
doing?
you was
Happy
I see you
Monday.
was
Happy
tickled, my
Monday.
brother. What was you tickled about?
Pause.
Oh, I'm laughing because we're all up here arguing about Garrett and Devontae, and it's a good conversation. But like, I don't know about y'all. I'm happy,
Uh,
dog. Michael Clemens about to be up out of here. Steve Carter about to be the fuck up out of here. Max Mitchell about to be the fuck up out of here. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for Carter Warren, but he
Ashton
about to be the fuck
Davis.
up out. Like, guys, walk outside, smell the air. It smells fresh
Actually got an
outside.
CB.
intern
Like,
yesterday.
what we
CB.
arguing about right
CB.
now?
Respectfully, I'm sick. I can't smell the air, but I think Max Mitchell and Carter Warren may be back as depth still. I don't see them
Oh
moving on
man.
from
Say
both.
that, Petey. Please.
I'm just saying
Stop,
they
stop.
have to fill a lot of roster
That real
spots.
quick on the
So
Devontae and Garrett thing, real quick, real quick. Jarek, I got to push back. Devontae is not a better deep threat. I think they're different styles of being deep wide receivers. Pause. In terms of he's late with his hands, which is what he was a receiver. I'll give you that. But again, Garrett Wilson, athleticism out the gym, makes contested catches in the air. Cool, you can talk about his weight. I understand that. I'm not pushing back on that at all. But again, how many times was Garrett Wilson really accurately thrown the deep ball to this year? Like we to say that Devontae is a better deep threat at this point in his career, I got to push back on that.
Thank
All
you.
right. Can we get Caleb, please? Caleb, good morning.
And
Good,
Caleb,
good morning.
congrats on your playoff appearance, bro.
Appreciate it.
What's up?
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Never seen 11 wins in my life. But the conversation for Garrett Wilson and Devontae Adams, I mean, this is just my opinion. If you're saying who would you want for the future, it's Garrett Wilson. But
Correct.
I don't think Devontae Adams really lost a step. I may sound crazy, but I don't think he lost a step.
he has it.
Yeah, no. And Petey, when I say this, or to Jets fans, when I say this, don't don't boot me. I think
You
it's
ain't getting booted.
I think it's the environment that he's in.
Hmm.
I think the environment, the situation that you guys have is very,
Toxic.
yeah, very toxic. It's not good at all. Um, I think Devontae Adams is still a great route runner, sure handed. You can say he probably lost his speed a little bit, but these receivers find a way to win in different ways, and whether that be contested catches, whether that just be improving his route running, which he's already a great route runner, and his release package is crazy. But man, I don't think Devontae lost a step at all. But the question I have for you guys coming up here is, who do y'all want as y'all head coach, or what are y'all first two choices?
I mean, mine is Vrabel,
Yeah,
but
Good,
it's not
good.
happening. June's going to say it's not happening. The
you
world,
know it's not happening.
yeah, uh,
Florence.
it sucks. It's the
I want an offensive guy, man. I'm done.
Offensive.
I'm done with the defense. I want the
Speak.
Thank
I
offensive
you.
guy.
mean, bro,
Thank you.
like, listen,
Thank you.
I get it. So the defensive head coaching thing, I like with my team. I didn't want a defensive head coach. I wanted Ben Johnson, but we saw how that turned out. But it's not even if it's a defensive head coach or not. And I'm gonna keep telling everybody this in spaces that I go to. It's your front office. Fix your front office, and everything will trickle down and it'll become positive for you. Um, if you get a defensive coach, he just got to know how to put together a staff. You got to get if you're going to hire a defensive coordinator, he has to get the right OC. Like he just has to. There's no other way. I think that was probably you could say one of your biggest mistakes. I don't think the head coach that y'all had was terrible. I just think that OC was bad. He was dog shit.
Caleb, real quick. Bengals fired defensive coordinator Lou
I know. Yeah, Lou and Arumo.
and
Yeah,
Anarumo.
yeah, he
Aruma.
fired him. Well,
So hold on. Zach Taylor's keeping his job.
yes.
Oh, good. That's
And
great.
but
Sign
you
him.
know but you know what's funny? Zach Taylor should be fired. Really, Lou
Yes,
Anarumo's
he
the scape.
should.
Lou Anarumo's the scapegoat. There's always that scapegoat, and he's
And
the
if you
scapegoat for that
guys, if
team.
you're just joining the space, the Jets have submitted a request to interview Mike Borgonzi from Kansas City.
And Aaron Glenn
Let's
as
get to
well.
ATH. Caleb, stay up here.
All I want to say is you guys can argue and you can make a decision or anything else. I just pray that in this draft we go after an offensive line. We
Thank
already
you.
start. We built the foundation with Foshanu. Let's continue. Let's these Mitchells, Warrens. Let's be they're band-aids. They're not definitive. I know Morgan Moses. He's uninjured. He comes there. He's okay, but we can start and get another elite offensive, young, not old,
Yes.
young
Yes.
offensive lineman, whether it's a right tackle or even replacing Tipman. Tipman is not mangled. I don't know where people think Tipman's all that. I think he's overrated. Let's get another offensive line is draft. It's not pretty, but I'm telling you, your
Yes.
offense will thank us later.
PD, can I push back on this, please?
Yeah,
Can I get 30 seconds,
yeah.
please? Again, no. I feel like we sit here in these spaces and we talk so much about how coaching is so important, so important. It's the be all end all, right? But again, why and then y'all sit here and talk about the offensive line has to be taken in the first round. I disagree because again, if I can upgrade from Keith Carter, who we all agree, all 60 plus people in this space is dog shit, then I don't need to go right
Yeah,
tackle in the
yeah,
first round. I can find somebody and
yeah.
develop a guy.
To
Like it don't have to be in the
to
first round, bro. That's
to
all I'm
CP's
saying.
point,
Look,
both our tackles, which you can make an argument, are Pro Bowl level tackles. They're not first rounders. They're day two guys.
Yeah, but you know what? To AT's point is, even if you do have a good offensive line coach, don't you want to give him a good prospect to work with?
exactly,
Like, come
exactly.
on. Like, I mean,
Enough's enough. Let's stop going
But there
half-ass.
that doesn't mean that there aren't good prospects
Right.
all throughout the second, third round,
Yeah,
fourth
No,
round.
there's
Like
some
I
good
if
if
this
you
is a
prospects in
have
the
a
weird
first
good
round,
comment.
man.
I
hold
know
on,
this is
hold
a
on, hold
weird
on. I'm about to
comment.
land. I'm about to land. I'm about to land. Hold
Yeah.
on, Buckeye. I'm about to land. Because again, if you have good coaching, I can take a piece of clay and mold it into something. Like Carter Warren was a guy last year that we thought, okay, cool, for a fourth round pick, playing pretty well. Obviously, the coaching and shit regressed. But again, if you have a guy who can actually coach and knows what they're doing and has a plan, and this goes for the entire offense, you can develop guys. This goes for the entire team. You can develop guys. All I'm saying is you guys locked into right tackle on round one. Y'all might be a little disappointed. And all I'm saying to you is it doesn't have to be round one. If you know how to develop guys and you have an actual offensive plan, trust me, round two.
You know what, CB? You convinced me. I'm on the CB train. get the
I
coaching in
can't. But
order,
what?
and then get
What?
a
Wait a
developmental. I
minute.
think he's
Come
right.
on.
I
June,
Come
think
on.
he's
June,
right.
June, June. O line was not the biggest issue this year, and now that we have our defense exiting, once Garrett Wilson, listen here, there's no other weapons on this team. No, you can't just keep throwing premium picks on O line. No, you cannot do that. You have no receivers. You have no
Look.
defense.
Look.
You have no
Okay.
secondary.
Tell
Okay.
tell
Buckeye, hear me out.
tell that tell that to the Detroit Lions.
Right. I mean,
Detroit
listen.
Lions built it
Thank
from the
you.
trenches, and
You
they
Hold
lost
on.
by
solidify that
7 points,
line.
man.
The
Thank
Detroit, yeah, the
you.
Detroit Lions have weapons galore,
What?
galore.
What?
Didn't you
But
guys say you didn't
Yeah, but
want
they
Panay
built
Sewell?
they
Everyone was
they
saying we
they
don't want to
built the
draft
O
Panay
line
Sewell.
first.
Lions drafted Panay Sewell. Look at them right now. Look at them right now.
right.
And
I'm
we
not
Right? They
drafted
they
surprised.
and we
Right.
built
drafted
Facts.
Olu.
they
And we drafted Olu, and
And
it's a
let's
terrific
continue
pick.
on. Let's continue it
No,
on. Let's
stop.
get another one on
Right.
the right side.
So who I'm just gonna ask you a question. Who is the wide receiver two next year? Do you want it to be Brownlee? Do you want it to be Gibson? Who's your wide receiver two?
You can pay. There's the
No,
people on
that's
free
why
agent.
I
You
want
can't.
Adam
No,
You
you
back.
cannot
cannot pay.
pay.
We have no money. We have no money. Stop the we can pay.
Wait, Buckeye. Who's the receiver two in the draft?
Hey, my point is, first of all, it could be a tight end. This is a tight end running back draft. That's what this draft is.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with
So,
tight end
so,
because
so, so I'll tell you what. People will lose their minds, but if we overdraft on Tyler Warren, I could care less. I could care less because I know that
But
kid's going to be on a football
but
field balling out.
but but Buckeye, what you just said made sense. This is a tight end running back draft, so we could take the right tackle in the first and come back the second round and take the tight
yeah,
end,
you can
and
take
in the
Mason
third
Taylor.
round address the running
Thank
back.
Right.
you.
Like
You can
you
take
need
you can
to
take
address
you
this
can take
line,
Mason
bro.
Give,
Taylor.
You
give me
have
the
to.
Yes.
give me the name of that 7 pick right tackle in this draft, please.
Banks.
Banks is gonna be gone. I think he's
Thank
gone.
you,
He is wall
thank
to wall
Respect.
you.
Banks.
gone.
So
By the seventh
My
round,
boy,
No,
He's
he's
not
the
gonna
gonna
be
be gone.
seventh
gone.
He's
pick,
Stop
gone.
it.
the seventh
Stop
pick.
it.
Yeah, I think
I
he's
don't
gone.
think, I don't think he'll be gone by the seventh pick.
No, he will not. He will not.
I don't think he'll be gone by the seventh pick.
You think Jacksonville doesn't they don't even have a tackle. Who's their tackle? They don't have a tackle. They just
Once
traded
again,
away their franchise
Yeah, but
tackle.
guys, we're
You're telling me they're
June,
not getting
what's your
replacement?
contingency plan? My boy at Ohio State was hurt all year. What's your contingency plan if he's off the board?
Will Campbell, you
I'll
can't. I mean,
I'll move down. I'll move down a couple of spots and take Will Campbell.
Will Campbell has short ass arms.
Oh
He's
Listen,
man,
Peterson.
wait,
He's
wait, wait,
yo,
Peter
wait, 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 wait,
Skoronsky.
wait, wait, wait,
yo,
wait, 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 wait. We just seen what AVT has done at tackle, and he got short ass arms. I mean,
June, you
if you're
want to get rid of
gifted,
him? You want to get rid of him?
no, 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 no. Hear what I'm saying. Eventually, I will, because I'm not gonna lie to you. If it's up to me later on in the rounds, I will draft a guard to try to develop him to get rid of AVT. That's really what I would do. But once again, drafting the fucking trenches, bro. Like,
Holy
stop
shit,
playing.
man, June. Is there
Stop
Respect.
doing
Thank
anybody
this
you.
else
shit.
you
Yeah,
want to
I
Thank
mean, I
keep?
you.
mean, I
Thank
mean,
you.
June. This is the problem because Will Campbell's going to have huge questions because yes, like AVT played solid at tackle, but we didn't. But not that long ago, we just seen Peter Skoronsky was supposed to be a generational tackle get
Right.
taken the top 10, and they moved him in the guard because of his arms. His arm length, he can't do it at that position, and we've seen
Jarek,
it
they're
this
gonna
You
move.
year.
Jarek, they're gonna move Tipman to guard. That's where he's
you
going.
know,
Yeah, like Will
this
Campbell
is
would be an excellent guard. He'll be excellent in the NFL as a guard, but as a tackle, he's gonna have questions.
this is one player that you can say was successful with short arms, and that's Rashawn Slater for the
Right.
Chargers.
Bingo.
Okay.
There's not
Well,
a lot of them.
nevertheless,
There's not a lot of them.
I'm taking I'm
Wait
taking
a
a
minute.
tackle.
but I mean,
Oh,
if there's
And
just one
Campbell and
guy,
Campbell,
it's
he's been
Rashawn
getting his
Slater, and that's
ass
it.
kicked. You watch
Mark,
some of his
man, this
tape.
is brutal, man.
You watch some
I
of his
know. Can we
tape.
circle back
Can
to
I say,
CB's core
Mark? Can I
point?
say, yeah? Can I just say one thing? I mean,
Yes.
June. If it was up to you, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why, like, whoever comes here as a coach, and if June, if you want to get rid of everybody, then why would a coach come here and just gut everything and start all over? And it's going to take them. Why, if they already
They're
started
not going to
over,
want to do that,
Yeah,
Pete. They're
right?
Pete,
not going to want to do
Pete,
that.
Pete, Pete,
That's
Pete,
exactly what they did
Pete,
with Sala. And
Pete,
listen, Sala wasn't a
Peter,
good
you
Yes.
need to
coach,
fix the
but
G.
Pete,
if you're
Pete.
gonna gut a
What?
Peter,
team
you need to
and
hire
put
the right
yourself in a
GM.
position,
That's what you
if
need
you're
I
to
gonna,
know.
do.
can anybody hear me? Pete, can
Yeah,
you
Yes,
hear
go
me?
no,
ahead,
we got you. Go
Brown.
ahead.
I hear
If
you,
you're gonna
John.
gut,
Yo.
if you're gonna gut a team
Hmm.
and put your team in a position
going to win 4 games again.
You don't. We all know that the coaching was god awful, and
Oh
I think
God.
the
But
moves.
now see, that's what the problem is. We always think it's just one thing. We just a quarterback away. No, it was more than just a quarterback. Now we need just one
We were
coach. No, it's
coaching
more than
away,
just a fucking
June. We
No,
were
coach.
coaching away. This roster had enough talent to make the fucking playoffs, bro. It has enough talent
it
on this
did.
year to make the playoffs. If you strip
I agree
down
with
the
that.
rosters,
If you
this
look at the
talent
offensive
was
line,
enough. This is
if you look at
coaching.
the offense,
But
if you look
they
at the
had no
offensive line,
coaching, but
But it's more than
they
just
win
the
with no
coach.
coaching.
Correct? I'm saying this is not a GM problem. This is a coaching problem.
It's an
It's
everything
more than
problem.
just the
Wait.
coach,
Hold on,
right?
hold on, hold on. This is not a GM problem. Do you see the roster that we built? Wait, time out. Let's be real about this. Wait a minute. What big moves did our lovely GM make this year? He brought in Javon Kinlaw to stop the defensive line, one of the worst
It
players
did
in the
nothing.
NFL at
So
Right.
Vince,
$11 million.
Vince, I'm going to ask you a
Hold on, let me
question.
finish. He
Do
traded for Hassan Reddick without an extension. He got a guy for $13.5 million to sit out half the season and then get a half a sack to end the season. Like, what are we talking about? It's not a roster
so
problem.
Vince, I'm going
And
to
gave
ask you a
$100 million
question.
to
Hold on,
Carter.
Vince.
He
My
gave
question
a
is
hundred million
is
dollars to
there a
Carter,
roster?
a slot back.
Vince, is there a roster this year that had enough talent to make the playoffs? Yes or no?
This team, no.
Yes. Okay. I disagree firmly.
I don't. And listen, we'll agree to
No,
disagree. But like
no.
when you look at the
what about the decision to stick with tiring all these games?
what
What
about the
about
It
that?
was the
That's not a roster
coaching.
problem.
The
He
biggest
gave you the
problem
left
was the
tackle. He gave you
coaching.
Olu.
Holy shit, this is great.
You had a left
That's what I'm
tackle in
saying,
Olu.
Buckeye.
You had a
That's what I'm
coaching
saying,
problem.
Buckeye. That's what I'm
We had a
saying.
huge
Who's
coaching
older?
It's
problem.
more
Wait,
than
can I?
coaching,
All right,
brother.
wait. Let me just ask this. All right, as we're gonna wrap up soon. Guys, again, appreciate you guys. I'm not feeling well. Thanks for making my morning better. We suck, the Jets, but you don't think if Salah stayed that we would have fucking we would have won more games? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
we wouldn't have made the
What, two
playoffs with
more
him, though.
games?
We
Two,
wouldn't have made
three
the
more
playoffs with
games?
Uh,
Salah. Salah sucked too. He
He's
sucked.
sorry, bro. He's horrible.
He
I
sucked.
Craig the
disagree.
leg.
If you had Salah, here's my hot take: if you had Salah and Todd Downing week one, the Jets are 10-7. I think there's enough talent on this
So
roster
Mark, why
to
didn't
win
he move
football
on to
games.
Olu? Why did he not move on to Olu, Mark?
Why did Salah not move on from Tyron Smith
Correct.
to Olu?
Yes.
I'll
he was
answer that
only
question
here
with a
5 games.
question. Hold on. I'll answer that question with a question. How do you feel about Robert Saleh's offensive acumen?
Horrible.
I think it's awful, and I think it's worse that he
That's
brought
your
in
answer.
an yeah, but Mark, that's his problem. He's a
Right,
head coach.
right.
This is
What
not
about
a
the contract to
conversation about
Michael
whether or
Carter?
not
The
Salah
contract to
deserves to
Michael
get
Carter.
fired. This is what's their record if Salah remains as head coach and Todd Downing starts the year as the OC. What's the record? I think it's 10-7.
Yeah,
I think the roster is very
I think
good.
you Mark, I think you would have seen Greg the leg the whole year. There wouldn't have been a fake injury made up. I think Salah would have run Greg the leg down our fucking throats at 60%.
Yeah, so instead of losing 3 games, it would have been 6.
Yeah, I think Robert Saleh was 17-33, but heading into this year, and 2-3 to start the year to be 19-36 as head coach of the Jets. I think the conversation should end right there.
Yeah,
So we agree it's the coaching.
Mm.
Well,
no,
I think he's a
no.
terrible
It's
coach,
It's
but
a
more
I
than
little
just
bit of
agree
That's
that
part
he's
of the
everything.
10-7.
problem.
It's,
No one's agreeing.
it's more than just coaching.
it's a little bit
It's
of
more than
everything.
just coaching, bro. Like I can't believe we stuck on these. We just a coach away, or we just a
Douglas
quarterback
got
away.
rid of
Yeah,
pieces and then replaced it with not pieces that work, but not all of
but
them didn't work. Just some of them didn't work.
but we're saying that we don't have money. Didn't we give like $100 million to Michael Carter, like a guy that's guarding a slot wide receiver. Like we're
Yeah,
gonna lose Ed Reed,
And then he
and
got
who's
Him
supposed
hurt.
to replace him
he
then?
$100 million.
got
I mean,
Hold on. He
injured. So
got
I
Reed.
$100 million,
He didn't
or
give
is
him.
that an exaggeration beyond belief?
that's an exaggeration.
He got
How
like
much is it? How much
48.
is the contract? It was big. It wasn't a
Not
small money.
100 million. No way.
I
It
believe
was
it
like
was
three
top
years.
five
It was
in
like
terms
three
of in
years,
terms of
40
slot in terms
million.
of slot.
36?
3 years, 40 million.
Was it 40? I thought it was
I know
36.
you're
No,
hung
no,
up on this
way
thing
more
with
than
Michael
40.
Carter II, but when healthy, Michael Carter II is one of the best nickel
He's a
corners in
good
football.
player.
I think he's very good.
So he
Um,
replaces Reed.
no, he's a nickel corner, man.
But so
So
who we're gonna? But we're not gonna have enough money to get Reed back.
3 years, 30 points.
Yeah, I agree with that.
750.
Yeah, Carter.
I don't
So
know
so
what
we
they
went
Carter,
from
do.
Carter got
100 to
paid $30
30.
million.
But if you want to
I
be
think
honest, they could have made something
Eckler's
work.
Oliver.
He exaggerated the contract by more than 3 times.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I thought it was way more than that. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Never
No, but
know.
it's just time to pile on. That's what it is. So
Look,
Why
look.
didn't we draft a right tackle?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, what's the harm in drafting using your first pick to draft the right
well,
Neek,
no,
tackle?
Neek,
all
No,
don't you
I
all
mean
want us to just start
last
drafting best
draft
talent?
we got a left tackle, even though we had Tyron, and nobody saw Tyron falling off the cliff like that. So we had no
Right.
idea. But why didn't we, further down the draft a right tackle
That's
just in
another fact.
case Moses?
Right.
But
Because it's only a matter of time before he fall off the fucking cliff. He's old too. Like,
Neek,
come
Neek,
on,
Neek,
let.
don't you
Hey,
want best
you
player
have
available at this
did
point?
you
Don't
want
you want this
you
team
have
to
to
do
pick the
BPA
best
drafting?
player available.
But you
No.
You
can't
have to
No.
take the
necessarily say that because,
Yes.
like I said, you got a lot of great players that come third, fourth, and fifth round.
June, did
Right.
but
you
if
want
it's a
Fashanu?
No.
Guys,
No.
can
No.
we
I love
real quick?
Fashanu.
I love
Can
for
we get Mike?
Is
Can we
that who
get
you
Mike in
wanted to
here?
be picked?
Good.
Mike,
No.
I'm in the urgent care, guys, so I got to keep it down.
Well, you put us on mute and shh,
PD,
be
PD, this
quiet.
is fucking
Don't say
urgent.
nothing.
Start screaming.
Listen.
June, who did you want us to draft?
No. I want it for Shano. I want once
Okay,
again, but you got to build in the trenches, bro. Before you
That's
do
I
anything,
another
agree. I
listen,
tackle.
agree.
listen, listen, listen. Hear me out. In the first couple of weeks, what was Rogers' problem? He's running for his fucking life.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. Build the lines. Take
Build the
tackle.
fucking line
I
first.
agree.
God, for God's sakes, you don't address this right tackle, and next season you go draft a rookie quarterback. You can't fail the assessment if he's running for his fucking
yeah,
life.
And you want to be
I
honest,
agree.
San Francisco took it easy on him.
Facts.
yeah. But
Come
June, I think you're
on.
neglecting one thing though, right? And I don't disagree with you. But there's another line that the Jets have neglected to build, and that's the defensive line. And our run
Yeah.
defense is god awful. And if you want Quinnen Williams to play like the $90 million contract he had, you have to put somebody that's not Javon Kinlaw next to him as well to help take some double teams and some pressure off him. And you're not going to do that if you do not address this interior defensive line. If you're sitting there with Mason Graham on the board at number 7, the top defensive lineman in the country, and you compare him with Quinnen Williams, a healthy Jermaine Johnson, and a double-digit sack guy of Will McDonald, you now have somebody that can actually stop the run and get the quarterback. So I'm addressing that before I'm addressing a right tackle.
I'm good with either one.
AV, can I ask you a
Just grab a
question?
lineman.
AV, can I ask you a question? What about because of what you just said? We need someone to make Quentin better, right?
Why can't he be better?
That Nick, love you on that one right there. That's my whole point. If you need someone else to put beside him to make him be better, to earn the money he's getting, maybe you don't need him.
Listen, I'm not disagreeing with you, but when you pay that much money and you commit to a player, you're kind of screwed. You're kind of stuck with him. So what are you really supposed to do? Yeah, you can tell Quinnen to be better, but if Quinnen's not better, you got a big issue.
I have a
Vince,
question.
June, we've
I'm
been over
look.
this, man. He's top 5 even in your mouth. And what's the point?
No. I'm sorry.
You know he's top 5
I
defensive
ne-
tackles in this league, bro.
listen. I never gave you number 5. You just assumed that he was my number
Is it
5.
possible if Quinnen lost weight
No,
and gained muscle, he would be a little better?
we don't know. All you're doing is assuming at
I
this
mean,
point. But as of
his
right
first
now,
two
the
years he
money
was
that the
smaller.
no. Check this out. The first few years, the year that he actually balled out was his fucking contract year, of which we see this shit all over the league. When it's a player's contract year, they go crazy. Once they get the money, they
That
fall
was
back.
All right,
That's
I'd
what
like
they
to.
do.
But can't
I'd
you
like
make
to
an
say
argument that the
something.
Jets had a lot more depth on the defensive line last year compared to this year?
Yeah, last year was better
Yes.
than this year with
Yeah,
regards to
Yes.
like
depth
the
and
depth, the
talent,
depth
surrounding
was a
talent.
lot better. You had better talent on that defensive line, hence why
One of the
Williams
best units on the
was a
team.
lot higher. I mean,
We
I mean,
Yeah.
let go of
not
JSN. We
everyone is
let go of
Dexter Lawrence or Aaron
JSN.
Donald. Like not everyone can
can take on the double and triple teams and continue to just be an absolute disruptor. Like not
Jared,
not a lot of
Jarek,
guys
you
like
like Ed
that.
Oliver
Jared, no,
more
no, no,
than
no.
Quinnen?
Jared, he don't get triple team. That's the
Jarek,
whole point.
You like Ed Oliver more than Quinnen?
No, I'll take Quinn in a heartbeat.
Exactly. June does.
Uh, Listen, Jared, and Ground is
June
my
likes
witness.
anyone better than the Jet.
I
Wait,
know,
check it
dude. This
out.
is crazy.
Wait. I can't believe that I'm asking. I can't believe that I'm asking Ground for backup. But me and Ground both have watched Quinn be put on his ass game after fucking game.
Can
This is
I,
what happens.
Wait, Mark.
guys?
Jets are interviewing
Yes.
Howie Roseman's right hand man, Alec Hallaby, on Wednesday.
Another guy from the
Just put
Eagles
it in the.
tree.
Yep.
Matter of fact, what was Quinn's stats from yesterday's game? Tell me
Oh,
something.
jeez, we're gonna do it like
I'm
that.
curious. I'm
Can we
curious.
can we stop with this, please? Because the problem is, I don't even, guys. What scheme are they running next year?
No one knows yet. You're
Right.
right.
So we're spending all this
It'll be
time talking
3-4.
about Quinnen, and if he, disappointed
Right.
expectations in the contract, whatever. We don't even know if they're going to be sliding him to the outside. He's not like running his nose. Like we don't know what the
Yeah.
hell's going on
If you run a
for
3-4,
next year. Why
he's
are we
gonna.
spending all this time talking
Yeah.
about Quinnen?
If he, I mean, he can. I mean, he's a verse. I mean, he's played in both. He played. He mostly played in the 3-4 match pattern scheme in
He was
Ohio State and
drafted
at
as
Alabama.
a nose
Played.
tackle though.
He knows how to play it. So if he does, just got to move in the end. He can play it.
He's not a defensive end. Are
No,
you
there's no
crazy?
issue
It's no
in terms of
way.
scheme versatility.
He was drafted he was a nose tackle.
Uh, I mean, he can play nose. I think. I
So
don't
then,
know if
Man, we're
I mean, he can play.
assuming this
I
shit.
mean,
Let's stop
he
he
can
can
assuming
play
play
this
it.
shit.
nose.
I mean, we've seen
He
him
was
do it. I mean,
drafted as a
it's
nose
like
tackle.
he's played all three levels on the defensive line. The only thing
Literally,
he
when
hasn't
he
really
got
played was
drafted,
at edge.
when,
But he can
when he
play at the
got
five. He can
drafted,
play three. He's
he,
played at a zero. He's played at a one eye. He's played at a zero shade.
Derek, it's
he can
amazing
do a
how you
lot.
could just talk right
Like
through.
he's
Quentin
a
Williams, when
versatile
he was
defensive
drafted,
tackle.
he was drafted
That
as a nose
if you want to
tackle.
get of course, if you want to give away the asset, I think
Jared,
you
can
can
you
get
hear
something.
ground?
Oh no, I can't hear. What is he? No,
I was about
I'll
to say
drop
it's
down.
impressive how he could just
All
talk
right, we'll
through.
bring you back. Go ahead, ground.
No, listen, uh, you just got to get the GM in here and the new head coach, and we'll see what happens from there.
What
But
have you? Wait. Don't take the easy way out, Ground. What have you seen from Quentin Williams this year?
Oh boy.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear it.
so
What?
wait a second. So wait a second. Let's get on the same page here. Is everybody going to sit here and say that Quinnen's had a good year, like the opposite side? Like, what's the truth?
Yeah, exactly. I want to hear this.
He didn't
Thank
make big
you.
I mean,
plays
no,
this
but
Thank
year. He was
you.
I
But
want to hear
what's the
this.
truth?
from a
He wasn't. He
statistical
wasn't
standpoint, no,
terrible.
he's not having a good year. But so isn't Chris Jones. It's not like Chris Jones is dominating the stat charts this season. They're gonna have some good.
He was
Jerry.
dominant in the Super Bowl run.
Chris Jones is a game changer. We can all agree that, right?
Yes, I think Chris
Okay,
Jones is the best of
But why
DT.
did
I
right,
think
but
Chris
right.
why?
Jones is top two with Dexter
P-
Lawrence.
But that doesn't mean
Period, period.
you don't have to
Is
take the
Quentin
best guy. No,
is
he's not Chris Jones. No.
okay,
No, but he's top
But
ten.
June, I
He's a
swear, I
top 10
feel like
defensive
you
tackle
got
in the league.
pants.
but he's
June, I
getting
feel you
paid
got
like.
pants 5 sizes too small, and you're like, honey, do you like this color?
Hey,
Like nobody
hey,
cares about the color. They're too fucking small.
Buckeye,
So Quinnen's not the problem.
Buckeye. My point is this: if you're not on their level, why are you getting paid on their level?
He's not getting paid like Chris
Exactly.
Jones. He's
Thank
not.
But
you.
June,
Yeah,
Why are you
well,
getting paid on their
here's my.
level, bro?
He,
but
Can I
June,
just say
the
he's
one
getting
thing,
paid
please?
like
I'm
contract.
back.
Simmons. He's getting paid like Dexter
I'm calling
Lawrence.
him
That's
off.
I
what he's
hear
getting
you.
paid like.
And he's not
Yeah,
Dexter
June.
Lawrence.
But June, what's
Yeah,
the
June next
solution?
year.
The contract's
Yeah,
done.
June's solution is
Trade him.
So,
Craig Monroe and Quantez Stigers at
but you just
cornerback.
said that
Quinton
Please
is Leonard Williams
get
all
out of
over
here
Greg
with
again.
James.
this.
you just said that he's overpaid.
He
So
is
what's the
overpaid. Can we
He's
not agree
paid
with
what
that?
top defensive tackles get paid. That's what
But
he's paid like, man.
he's getting paid. You just said it. He's getting paid like Dexter Lawrence and Chris. He's not neither one of them.
He's in that same bracket, man. Yes,
He's
he is.
nowhere near
I
that
see him like
bracket.
Leonard Williams was when
Okay.
we had him.
Exactly. And he got dealt with. Please, come on, come on. Once again, our love for our players. We sit there, we overvalue, we overrate them. He's average.
June, do you not? You don't think he's a top 10 defensive tackle right now in the
You
National
think
Football League?
Quentin Williams is an
Listen, no, no,
average
no, no,
Hey,
no,
this
DT?
no,
is
no, no, no,
nasty,
no, no,
man.
no, 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 Jerry. He is top 10. He's top. He's not. He's a top 10.
So how can you
But
be average if you're top 10?
he's getting paid like top 3.
My
That's the
brain
problem I
hurts.
Facts.
have.
Can
Yeah,
I
Facts.
say? Oh,
June, June, that's the market.
Fuck the market. You don't have to listen. Is he winning you games right now? This whole fucking season, has he won a game for
No,
you?
but Jeffrey
Just give
is
me
June
one
is
is
game.
Jeffrey
June
Simmons
is
winning you
jumping off
games?
the cliff and he's yelling
Jeffrey
at us
Simmons is a
while he's
top five
falling.
paid off
This is
defensive
wild.
tackle.
I fucking hate you, Mark.
Wait,
What?
wait, wait. Yeah, hold on. I brought this up. I brought it up here. One, two, three. Quinnen Williams is the seventh highest paid interior lineman. Here, I'm going
Oh,
to read it
thank
off.
you.
Chris
Yeah.
Chris Jones, hold on. Chris Jones 31.7, Christian Wilkins 27.5, Maka Buke from I guess that's
Yeah.
Baltimore 24, Alan McNeil 24.2, Derek Brown 24, and Quinnen Williams 24.
Now, do me this favor too. Those 7 people that you just named, I bet you all their stats are better than fucking Quentin Williams.
No,
Don't do that.
Why?
McNeil is a run defender. He's not a pass. He's not
Don't
a
do
pass
Dexter.
rusher.
Dexter Lawrence was hurt this year, June.
And
I'm
before he got
all
hurt,
No,
right.
no,
Still
no,
wait,
no.
Can I
are.
hold,
say
hold, wait, hold,
something,
hold, hold,
please,
hold. Before he
about
got
this?
hurt,
Yeah,
he
Mark, go
was a
I,
ahead.
problem.
June, hold on. I want to say something about this. If you're
I'm
gonna
listening.
trash Quinn Williams' stats, then please also come in here with the all 22 for Quinnen and talk about his double teams and triple teams that he takes on. Like, are
No,
we really gonna be
he
stat
doesn't get
padding?
triple
Mark, I
team,
think.
Mark. He don't get triple team.
Okay.
He doesn't
All
get
right.
triple team. I've seen one man put him on his ass. Matter of fact, me and Ground both talked about it. I don't
How
know.
many times have you seen that?
But guys, can
I
I
don't know
just
what he's
make
talking
one
about.
point here?
Go ahead, Pete.
Guys, you cannot get. First of all, the Jets already gutted their defensive line in the offseason. Huff, Franklin Myers, Quentin Jefferson, Al Woods didn't come back because of injury. They can't get rid of Quinnen Williams. They
Petey,
can't.
this
June doesn't
fan
like
They
base,
any
can't.
He
a
likes
year
quad
ago,
tennis.
I listened to this fan base talk about get rid of JFM. He's a penalty guy. He sucks. He sucks. He sucks. He sucks. He's pretty fucking good in Denver.
How
Yep.
about
Pretty
that?
good in Denver.
Seller's
I,
But
remorse.
June,
I didn't.
but
I wasn't saying that. Okay,
June wants June wants Craig Monroe and Quantez
dude.
Digger starting at corner next
Wait.
year.
In the last 2 games, tell me what Quentin's stats is. Yeah, if
June, I
if
don't
you need
care.
help, I'll give it to you. In 2 games,
What is it? Three
no,
tackles?
1 tackle, 1 assist in the last 2 fucking games, and he's making $20+ million. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, but
What are we talking about here?
he didn't play last week. June, also,
He did play. See,
he got
here we go
benched.
making
He
excuses for
got
these
benched the
players.
last. I'm just you're saying last
June,
2 games, one of them he
come on,
didn't play in.
June, You okay? So you don't think drafting a Mason Graham is not going to make Quinn Williams a better football player?
My point is this: his job is to beat the man that's blocking him. I don't give a fuck about it. What this person on this side is doing, what this
But
person on the
that's
other side
making.
is doing.
But June, that's
Beat 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 your one on
but June,
one.
that's
That's what I need you
directly
to
to
Yeah.
your point.
consistently do.
That's
Wait,
to your point.
Sad Jet just pointed something out.
Yep. Go
Jarek,
ahead.
1 second. Sad Jet just pointed something out. He Derek Brown's career stats. This year he has 3 tackles, 2 assists. I guess he got hurt. In 2023, he had 103 combined tackles, 2 sacks, 46 assists. He has 8 sacks. And what does he make in a year? Derek Brown, $24 million a year.
Right. It's because they
That's
have
a big
different.
So
contract.
Quinnen
They have
Williams is
different
better than Derek
responsibilities.
Brown.
Quinn Williams is an
Are
all
you kidding me?
June
Quinn
June
Quinn Beans don't
June
Quinn Williams don't have half the tackles that Derrick Brown has.
June.
So
Ian
You know that, right?
Rappaport,
June.
Ian Rappaport just said they requested Bobby Slowick interview.
Oh
I
my
hope.
June.
fucking goodness! Are you kidding me?
Oh, he's an offensive guy
They're
at least.
playing this week.
It's
June,
June. We
Yeah.
can't get mad for interviews.
you're on the far side. You're on the far side of the Quinnen argument. You know what I mean? Like he didn't play
But
well
you
this
do
year.
agree
He didn't have a good year.
he
Let's
got
just
pushed
leave it at
around a lot.
that.
Okay, you
He
seen it, right?
did.
He
He
got
did
He
not get
did.
pushed around a lot, man.
yes, he did. Get
He kind of
ground,
did,
please.
Buckeye.
Yes, he did, bro.
June.
You haven't been
June.
looking at
Whether or
it.
not you think he got pushed around, I mean, it is what it is. The fact of the matter is that if you add an another piece, someone really who can take those double teams away, someone who can get Quentin Williams
And
in a lot
June's
more of those
issue
favorable matchups.
is that he's
You
not
aren't
the game wrecker that everybody's saying that he is.
Thank
That's
you.
the issue that June
Thank you.
has.
Thank
He's not a
you.
game wrecker,
Thank you.
and he hasn't been.
well.
Thank you.
You can. I mean,
He missed
Thank
he missed JFM
thank
big
Derek
time.
Brown is not a game wrecker. Adam McNeil is one of the best run defenders in the National Football League. But let's be honest, is he a Chris Jones, Dexter Lawrence type of defender or Jeffrey Simmons? No. But the Lions are paying him $24.5 million because he does one job really really well compared to a lot of people, and that's
wait, wait, wait,
completely
wait, wait, wait,
fine.
wait. Who paying him?
The Lions.
Okay. Now, my
Can I
point
ask
is
an
this.
uncomfortable question then, June? Because this go
You know,
around
but
is
you
driving me bananas. Here's my question:
look.
what's
Go
more
ahead.
impactful to the suffering Jet defense, the performance of Quinn and Williams, or the firing of Robert Saleh?
That's a good one.
Oh, there you
Well,
go. It's Robert Sala again. Here we go.
Oh, hold on. Salah did strap him with Kinlaw this year. I'm blaming that one on Salah.
You got to blame Sala for that
Whoa,
one.
Joe Douglas did that.
So hold on. You don't think Robert Salah dug
Oh
back
my
Robert
into
God.
Sala,
I can work
San
with Kinlaw?
Francisco,
Yeah, come on,
right?
Mark. Come
He
on,
No, I'm
Mark.
not
drafted
saying
him
Saleh
over there.
didn't sell the case and that he could develop him. I'm not saying he didn't do that, but to say it was
I
just
think he
him.
walked up to the blackboard with chalk in hand and made the
Yes.
yeah. I don't think he sold the case. I think he
he,
had chalk in
he,
hand and was like,
Well, I
"Don't
think
take it."
Saleh could have figured out how to make it work.
Yeah, I don't think so,
You know
Mark.
where they were rated after 5 games on defense? They needed time, and then the owner lost his nerve,
They looked
and then
bad
Ulbrich had
though.
to deal with it,
Yeah,
and
but
Ulbrich couldn't handle
we were
making
getting run on
hay out
though.
of him.
We were getting
Listen,
run.
that's fine, but I'm talking about where the Jet defense was before and after Saleh. The numbers are like now that the season's a wrap.
Yeah, but
You're gonna make
Ulbrich's
the argument
awful,
and
bro.
ignore the numbers.
Ulbrich's awful. So we went from a guy with like two DUIs to a guy with 13 and being like, oh, the guy with two is a better driver. Like Ulbrich was awful. So like, yes, Salah looked better than him. Yes.
I'm just not a fan of throwing out the baby with the bathwater. June and Buckeye. You guys have the baby, the bathwater,
But
I'm
like
Mark,
throwing
everything's
I'm throwing
go.
the whole house out.
If Aaron Jones doesn't get hurt in London, was he going to run for 2, 3, or 400 on us? He just was going bonkers.
Well, the
Like
Jets have always they've had a problem stopping the run for
but
sure.
that's
I'm not going to
Salah.
argue against that. I understand that they were also 2-3 with Saul as the head coach, and then won. Now they just won their third game with Ulbrich. And look at the stats for the defense. They went from one of the league's best to one of the league's worst. And we could pick certain aspects of the defense and say, and level, honest criticism about it. But I'm not going to reverse justify the firing of Saleh and say, oh, well, it was going to be bad anyway. In my opinion, that's lazy thinking. I'm
I
sorry.
know, but Mark, you state your case on Salah comparing him to Ulbrich. Like that's my point. Is sure he's better than Ulbrich, no pushback. But
I'm looking for. I'm
you
looking.
know what the
Okay.
right move was, and I think you'd agree with this. Fire Salah before this season started and bring in a real head coach to go
That's
in an
what I
all-in
said.
team, right? So that's why when this space started, it was Vrabel's using us. I was like, nah, we decided not to hire Vrabel
Yeah.
when we had the chance. We decided not to interview Harbaugh when we had the chance. We decided that we were going to go in an all-in year with Hackett and Salah and thought it was going
Yeah.
to work, and I stupidly bought into it.
Well, I think. Look, hindsight's a beautiful thing, right? We can all say they should have fired Saleh at the start of last year. I wonder what would have happened if Saleh was there
No.
and Todd Downing was the play caller from week 1 and on. I
No.
also wonder what would have happened if they would have brought Devontae Adams in earlier. Like, what would this team have looked like if they pulled the trigger and said, we need DA
Wait.
here pronto
Wait.
because you've got
Wait.
Rodgers as your quarterback.
Wait. Hey,
There's a
hey,
lot of
wait, Mark.
hypotheticals.
Hey, Mark. I got
It's a
something. I
dangerous
got
game.
something you might not like. I got something you might not like. If Devontae gets there, if Devontae comes to the Jets before the season start, Garrett Wilson don't even have 1,000 yards.
I don't know if I buy
I mean,
that.
we left off on Salah with our quarterback two-hand shoving him on the sideline. That's where we left off
Yes.
with Robert Salah.
Yes.
Like there was a
Yes.
problem, man. There was a
Yeah. And
problem
I.
in there.
Oh, jeez. The cosmetics
Yep.
I don't care about. Winning solves everything. If the
That
Jets after
wasn't
2-3, no, if we're gonna
Mark.
do this, let's do it. So the Jets are 2-3.
But they
No, but
weren't
what
winning, Mark.
cosmetics was he using?
I know. I don't know, man.
It wasn't Sephora. It
There's some
wasn't
Maybelline.
Sephora.
Let's
I'll
do
tell
some
you that.
he
Maybelline
was
here.
using Mac. He was using Mac. That was a Mac.
All right,
Well,
I'm
look,
saying they're 2-3. Then they go and play Buffalo, and who knows what happens? They lost that one by 3 after firing the head coach. Okay, and if Devontae
Yeah,
Adams is
which
there,
looked a little better because of a Hail Mary. That game looked a little better because of a Hail Mary.
well, listen, I understand all that. I'm
But
just
Buckeye, it
saying
was still tied. The Jets could have took the lead on that field goal,
they were
Well,
in the
and
game.
and the
you're
Tyron
a
Smith
field goal
penalty.
but
kicker.
Petey, the problem is our quarterback. And believe me, I was an Aaron Rodgers
Oh boy.
advocate up until 4 weeks ago. That whole game-winning drive thing, we're losing all those games. That's what he did this year.
Yeah, but Buckeye, to be fair, that Tyron Smith penalty. If we score, we win that. If that we win that game.
But I think if Aaron Rodgers
To
doesn't
be
throw all
fair,
those picks in London, we win that game.
Yeah, we've entered the territory which is like however you want to see it is how we're painting it. I'll leave it alone. Look, it's settled business. The team, this was a colossal failure of a season with the record. A lot of folks thought it would be flipped, that it would be 12-5. Not Jet fans, like national media was thinking this would be a much better team, and they based that off the roster. And I know that folks want to trash the roster and say it was overrated and the rest of it, blah blah. I'm
It
sorry,
is.
man. There's a lot of talent on the football team. They could have made a lot of decisions differently, and now they're entering this offseason with more questions than answers. I don't know
Jared's
if the
gonna
answer is to go. Go
Jared's
ahead,
gonna
Graham.
agree with this.
Oh,
Jared, you'll agree with this. Get Justin Fields in here. Bring in all the Buckeyes. Watch this natty that we're about to
oh
win.
boy.
Just load this roster up with Buckeyes, and things will change. Culture will change. Winning will change. But get Justin Fields in here.
Yeah,
Bring
Justin
an
if
Fields, the
offensive
culture
minded
they
changer.
start
coach.
throwing $1 million in cap like the Buckeyes do with their NIL collective
But
group, then
listen,
yeah, absolutely, you bring them all in.
in all seriousness, we're always now you're seeing teams turning around Darnold, turning around Geno, turning around these
Right,
reclamation projects.
right.
I think that one guy that has a chance to be the reclamation project out there is still Justin Fields. I think that's a
I do
guy
too.
that could
Now,
be that guy. I don't know,
I agree
but
with
I
you on
will
that
say
point.
that this next year, that could be a guy who's young enough to try, get an offensive mind, let it happen. If it doesn't work, who
Yeah.
cares?
He's
But
he,
but but but
he
but,
he's
Yeah.
he's
but,
been
but wait.
working with Jordan Palmer over the last couple of years. Like Jordan Palmer's got a lot of these things to say about him, and we all know Jordan Palmer in terms of all season development. He's probably the best in the business.
And
Now,
Jarek, your guy
now,
Bryce Young
Buckeye,
turned the corner.
Yes, he
Bryce
did.
Young is a
Yep.
guy now.
Yep.
Buckeye. But now you see my point.
North Old Bridge, towards
If you
547,
draft the right
Old Bridge.
tackle, if you draft the right tackle, I feel comfortable putting Justin Fields behind there because now you don't have to worry about anything.
Okay, that's fine. I just want best player available. I don't care about the position. I care about best player available now.
What scheme are
Then
you
turn
matching
right.
Justin Fields
In
with?
700
Who's
feet,
who's
turn on
GPS?
Maple.
All right, that's a courtesy mute for the GPS. Um,
I think that's ground.
the Jets just are turning off a cliff, or at least they did this year. They turned left off the cliff. So, what offense are we pairing Fields with? I'm going to
Yeah,
ask that.
but Mark, I don't even know if we've seen what Justin Fields is. They've just made him a running. That's not even what he did in college.
That's fact.
They've just turned this guy into a complete running quarterback.
I didn't even know he had I knew he was
Neither
a
did
threat.
I,
I
and
didn't
I
even know
watched
I
every
never knew he had
single
that in
snap.
him.
Neither did I, and he's an elite running quarterback in the NFL. But that's
Yes.
all they have him doing.
Yes.
And again,
Yes.
he may suck
Yes.
with the right coach, but you asked for, and Mark, you said, like, give me the name. That's the name. I'd like to see at least a reclamation guy.
I want him.
That could be a reclamation guy, and you can have him for what, 5 million, 4 million, something
Yep.
super
Yep.
cheap. Try
Yep.
it.
I want
I
him.
am I am not
I want him.
opposed to listen. We see it like you're saying. We see a lot of young quarterbacks moving around the league. They get thrust into starting roles early, and then there's a number of reclamation projects as young quarterbacks. Folks draft them high, and bad teams draft high at quarterback. I'm not, and we're seeing starters. I'm not opposed to bringing in something like that if you don't have the draft capital to get a rookie, and you don't like the quarterback class this year and next year. I'm not opposed to that plan for
I'll
the
give
guy.
another guy, Mark.
Mark,
Hold
they
on,
have
hold
to
on. Let
do
me
that,
finish the
Mark.
point just very quickly. The reason why I'm
Yeah.
asking what's the scheme, because I'm trying to figure out how, if you're going to go Fields, if you're thinking about it, how does that affect the coaching search? Like, who do you pair with him? What scheme?
I only
That's
want
why I want to
Fields.
know.
I only want Fields if the coach that we hire wants him. The same thing. I'll say this: if we hire an offensive-minded head coach, and he's like, "I like JJ McCarthy," that 7 pick and whatever else it takes, throw it at it and go get him. If I want the right offensive mind, whether that's Liam Cohen, whether that's Joe Brady, I don't care who it is, but bring me an offensive minded coach that is all in to fix the quarterback situation and let that guy decide. And if it's not Fields, it's not Fields. I'm joking with the Buckeye shit, but I'm just saying, I want to see. Everyone talked about Sam Darnold sucked. It's not coaching, it's Sam Darnold. Now all of a sudden, Sam Darnold is about to get in a crazy contract that he just earned and deserves. And it was coaching that made this happen. Just please, for the love of God, fix the coaching and these problems will start to resolve themselves.
100%.
Kenny, what's up, man?
Did you guys hear me?
We got you now. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
good morning, Ken.
Yeah,
Kenny, what's up?
listen. They might not have a choice but to go with Justin Fields, considering if Rodgers, decides to leave or the Jets don't want him back. That's the only stopgap right now would be Justin Fields, and he didn't play bad last year in Chicago. So I would definitely take Justin Fields to come in here and try to resurrect his career. He was playing well with the Steelers.
Yes.
We see what Russell Wilson's all about now. And don't get too high on Sam Donald. Sam Donald, the fucking slipper came off last night. Cinderella. He looked like he was seeing ghost again. And I expect the same
He
thing
missed a
in the
lot of
playoff game.
touchdowns. He
Yeah,
missed a
I
lot of
expect the
touchdowns yesterday.
Rams. I expect the Rams to get in his face and the Rams to win the game this weekend. So let's not, Sam Donald, that contract.
But Kenny, you got to pay him.
Yeah, but they might not. They just might say, you know what? We're just gonna go with J.J. McCarthy. That's who we drafted. That's who we believe in. And they just, for salary cap
They may.
purposes,
I
they
don't
may
think
just
that's what's
move
going to
on.
happen.
Especially if Donald craps the bed on Saturday or Sunday, whatever the hell they're playing. And listen, and here's another thing about the Jet defense. All these stupid statistics that have them up there in the ratings of being top ranked, this rank. You know what the Jets
Yeah,
defense
go ahead,
is?
Mark, right here.
You know what the Jet defense is? It's like a designer shirt being sold at TJ Maxx. Okay, a lot of imperfections.
One sleeve longer than the other.
Kenny, that was a pretty good statement from an
Oh,
uneducated man.
shit.
That's
Like
right.
eating
I'm
the
G,
Gucci with the
uneducated.
G backwards.
If you guys don't know, I'm uneducated. I heard. I'm
wanna
uneducated.
be mobster, you.
Yeah. Want to be my uneducated? Like
Hey,
I said, anybody want to take a ride with me on a Friday? Come on,
hey,
you'll have a ball.
hey,
That's
hey,
why
Kenny,
Petey keeps stopping. Petey, how come you don't do lunch with me no more on Fridays?
hey, hey, hey,
You never
Kenny,
asked me. Don't
I
lie.
know, I know.
hey, Kenny, the 34th team is proud to have you,
That's
brother. Let me
right.
just tell you that.
That's right.
We love you.
There's
The
a lot
people,
of
the people, the people that I know that have busy Friday nights, it's called making rounds.
making rounds. Oh my God!
All
Listen,
right,
I'm just
guys.
not gonna. I'm just not gonna retaliate against any of the anonymous morts in here. I'm not gonna
Ken,
retaliate. Just I'll let them.
Ken,
I'll let them bury themselves, and they can talk about sex and
all right,
other
let me.
shit. Yeah, that's a
Can I
Jets
pivot
thing.
off to Kenny for a
Go ahead,
second? I
boss.
want to ask you. Yeah, thanks, bro. It's always nice talking to you. Who's your? I'm assuming Vrabel is the guy you want at the top, but I don't want to put words in your mouth. Who do you want to be the next Jets head coach?
I'll I'll take. I want John Gruden. I want.
Damn, Kenny, I was
Take.
I was all pro Kenny until that.
I'll take. I'll come visit you on Friday.
Guys, yeah, I want Craig Monroe and Quantez Stiggers as the one and two
Uh,
corners
and no,
next year. I'm
and now,
kidding.
and what do you call it? Ashton Davis as usual? Week 17, star of the game. The usual Ashton Davis.
Kenny, serious
Always.
question. If Dable and Shane go, what's the I don't even know if I don't know if you want me to phrase it as worse or better job. What's the better job?
They're
Giants or Jets?
Buckeye, they're back. They just announced
They're
that they're
back.
back.
Yeah, they're back.
They
Oh,
announced.
great. I love all
Yeah,
Yeah.
this. I love this. Miami run it back, Giants run it
yeah,
back. I love it.
Buckeye,
yeah.
there's one
Well,
GM job open. That's it. It's the Jets
That's
right now.
crazy. And Jacksonville kept that GM. That's insanity.
That's
yes, that's
crazy. Yes.
insanity.
Well, bad organization do bad things.
Yeah.
Here's my thinking on the GM and the head coach search. We've been doing this a long time now. Ever since Rex and Tannenbaum, that team seemed to get it right because they won. And ever since then, I always like, okay, I want this guy, I want that guy. I am at a total loss right now on who I really want deep down inside, because just with the Jet pedigree, no matter who they get, they're probably going to screw it up anyway. That's what I'm thinking. And listen, if they bring Rex back,
Mm.
here's the negative about Rex. If they bring him back, like I said, nobody's interviewed him for a defensive coordinator or other head coaching job. Maybe because he didn't politician himself for it. But if they bring him back and this blows up again, it's just another black mark on the Jets. Where okay, they
Yep.
brought Rex back. Oh, it's like they married the ex. You married the ex-wife, and now the shit hit the fan again. It's just another bad look, which they keep piling up. So I really don't know what to expect. Is Woody going to stay out of it? Who the hell knows? But like I said, right now you look at this roster, we're still about 2 to 3 years away from actually putting a decent product on the field, because you have to get the quarterback and the head coach combination right. That's in all of football. It's like, oh, it's all about coaching. Yeah, it's all about coaching. But if you got the right quarterback, it makes you look good. They play off each other. So it's you got to hit on
Hmm.
both. You
Can
have
I
to
ask you
hit on
guys a
both.
question? Arthur Smith that failed in Atlanta and the offense in Pittsburgh looks terrible now. Why? Like, please don't let it be Arthur Smith.
No, no,
That can't be the
No,
head
no,
coach,
no,
man.
no, no,
no.
no,
Ain't
no,
that
no, no.
something?
It definitely will. It's not going to be him. Trust me. It's definitely not going to be him.
Nope.
It
So,
won't
so
be
did
him.
Cleveland announce if they're bringing Stefanski back, or that's not?
Yes.
They said they're running it back.
Yes.
Damn. CB&I's dream went
And,
away.
and and is it true? I
Kenny.
see some stuff. Ben Johnson
Oh,
don't want to interview for the Jet job. Is that what came out?
I'm pretty sure that that's, you know what? I don't know if it came out yet, but I was
Maybe.
thinking that
I
anyway.
think. I think
He's not
Ben.
even going to do that.
I think Ben's just going to stay put. I think.
Nah.
I think he might
No,
stay
no way.
put.
I don't think so, Kenny. He's either going to Chicago or going to Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Well, Chicago's the better fit. Chicago.
But look, but wait, did any of you pay attention to what I posted in the jumbotron? Rex Ryan believes he will 100% get the Jets job.
And
Of course, he's
Man.
going to say that.
and I'm
Yeah. On
hearing.
that note, Mark, go ahead. Go ahead. Because I'm going to close. Go ahead, Kenny.
No, I'm hearing that we'll see what happens when Rex interviews. That's when everything will come out. But I got a friend of mine swearing that it's going to be Rex, and he was right. He told me a month ago Mayo was out, and Vrabel was in. Oh, and I'm not gonna, Petey, you know who I'm talking about.
Yep.
That gave me the info. So, and
Uh,
it happened to be true. And he says, and he thinks Rex right now is the will be the leading
Leading,
candidate for the job.
yeah.
All
As
right. Can I
crazy as it
say
sound, I
two things,
believe it too.
please, to that news? The first is God save the Jets. That's the first thing I want to say about it. Number two is that if you're going to have Rex as the head coach, then, I mean, he's got to build a staff. And
it,
who's the
yeah,
offensive coordinator?
he's going to have to bring
That's
Doug
Bill. He's going
Peterson.
to have to bring Bill Walsh back to
No, no,
alive.
no, no,
That's what
no,
he's
no,
going to
no,
have to do,
no,
man.
no, 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 no. What about Rex and Doug Peterson?
Peterson might not want to be an assistant. I'm
no, he's
also
saying he's
I,
hearing
OC.
no, 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 no,
If
no, no.
Rex gets the
As
job,
OC.
you might see some ex Jets, Cromartie.
Oh God.
You might see Bart Scott, linebacker coach.
Yeah, and you're actually right with it. What about McCown?
Yeah,
Josh
yeah.
McCown is
Kenny, to be
OC.
fair, Cromartie just took a job with Florida State. I don't think he'd
Yeah, but you
spurn
know
him.
what? There's nothing like
Hey,
coaching
more
in the
breaking
NFL.
news.
What?
By the way, Jets have requested to interview Joe Brady,
I
Bills
like
Oh,
that.
owner.
I
that's
like
good.
that.
So do I. Guys,
Oh,
I gotta close. Thank you all. Mark, good to see you.
PD, great
June,
Rex Ryan
Yeah, brother.
space.
yeah.
Petey, feel
Kenny,
better,
been
man. Feel
missing you,
better.
Mark.
Feel better, Preety.
thanks, man.
Been missing
Feel
you,
better.
brother.
Feel better,
Mark.
PD.
I'll have some guests on this week too. All right.
Cool, man.
Be
And,
well, guys.
and
Chris,
guess
Thanks,
what?
man.
easy. Watch June tear it down.
Blow this motherfucker up.
Ay, ay, ay. Guys, if you want to
Yeah,
listen to the
that'll.
replay, check out Jets Commute on YouTube. This
Tear it
will
down.
this will be
Jerry, tear it down.
this will be recorded
This
on
shit down.
YouTube a little bit later.
And
Kenny,
Be
Petey,
tear
well.
it down.
Petey, one plug, Petey. Jet Lounge Wednesday night, Rich Samini will be taking questions.
Awesome.
Let's rock. Let's rock with you, Kenny. Tear it down. Tear it down, Jerry.
Tear it all down.
Thanks, everybody.
Mark, tear it down.
June, goodbye.
Heck, tear it
No,
down.
June,
Petey,
your new name
Petey,
is.
bring him back. Petey, bring him
I'm
back.
calling you June Monroe.
CB gonna
CV, hopefully you open today. Sorry, Hector.
Tear it down. Tear it down. Petey, bring him back. Bring him back, Petey.